I should stop. Oh,
You can stop.
hey, we on there now. Hey y'all, this is Frankie. The channel is Joy Route, as in live your best life. I got my fabulous co-host in this series, Fia, dat.boondocking diva. Woo! We're doing a series, a 8-part series where we're going to be bringing videos to you weekly, and we're going to be talking about safety in your van and your RV. Fia has a, I call it a van, but it's an RV. It's a beautiful RV. And I have a mini camper van. And so we're going to be talking about some tips this summer when you're
Mm-hmm.
traveling to how do you stay stealthy and safe.
Right.
Or what would you say, Fia?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oop, where did this go? Where did Fia go? Fia, what happened?
Sorry. I clicked on the wrong tab.
I was like, what is this? But
Um,
oh,
no. I was saying, I was in the middle of saying yes. Summertime is the season for a lot of families to take vacation, but
oh,
we're talking
mhm.
specifically about y'all uh who want to go solo. Like you are a woman and you want to get in your van and you want to try out this van life thing, or you have been doing van life, right? And
Yes,
you just want some more safety tips. You just want some more strategies and techniques for feeling more safe, right? Because
yeah,
your family's probably talking in the background, talking about you shouldn't be doing this by yourself, and girl, what if this happened, and all the hoopla that goes with that, right? So,
yes.
we're gonna give you tips on. Well, we're gonna talk about, and hopefully you'll join the conversation with us. Does size matter?
It's an excellent point.
Right?
Excellent title. Fia
Well,
came up with an excellent title, right? So,
yes, yes.
one,
I'm glad we
you
go
did
ahead.
excellent. So, should we get started with that title first, or are we going to bring up the video? What happened to your
Um,
video, by the way?
well, let's talk through does size matter and what we
Okay,
mean, maybe
okay,
a little bit.
sure.
Because you were talking about a box truck, which I'm excited about. I think, you know, she's gonna
Yes,
talk about her
I'm
transition.
blessed. Bam.
Yes, coming from a minivan to a box truck and
Yeah,
how that might affect safety. Because right now she's super, super stealth,
I'm
y'all.
super stealth, no matter where I go. But one of the things, though, and the reason why I think it's going to be better in a box truck is because I am so over just camping unless we're traveling, like when we're on the road and we stop at like a pilot or just somewhere we're stopping together. As far as me being on a really long road trip sabbatical, I don't want to be stopping here, there, everywhere. That's why I've been living in my van to have the money to stop at a campground. So I want a space where it's like, if I'm going to be in a town 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I want to be at like if it's a campground for
Yeah,
3 weeks.
right.
If I'm traveling in a group, I know we have some stuff we're going to do. If I'm
Hmm.
traveling in a group and we're traveling through the city, if we're at a pilot, I'm good. If we're at a store or wherever, that's fine. And I don't think it's going to matter whether it's a stealth, whether it's a box truck or a mini camper van. And the reason why I don't think it's going to matter is
Hmm.
because we're going to park at a place that they clearly know people are over 90. You know what I mean? Like even some
Yeah.
rest stops will say you can stay for 5 hours. So whatever time you get there. So my goal is to be focusing on stopping those places. I think
Hmm.
in a mini camper van, though, having got off the road for 10 months, driving from Ohio out west, with a minivan, mini camper van, you can camp anywhere, like anywhere, and nobody knows. So
Hmm.
I would say that in that regard, it would be less obvious. Like a minivan is clearly more stealthier. I mean, I even know some places that aren't open 24 hours that they have like grocery store stockers or whatever people do. And I can just fit right in and I'm just in their sleep. They don't even know it. They don't even know I'm in the van. So, but I think, not I think, but with a box truck, I couldn't do that. Like as far as grocery stores. But I think why it's going to be good is because I'm not gonna with the box truck again. If I'm in my home base of Ohio, I want some land somewhere where I can camp. Ohio just passed a law
Hmm.
that you can park your vehicle on land. Like basically, you can. It's like your tiny home because
Okay.
rents have shot through the roof here. So there's some law on the books, whereas
Mhm.
before you couldn't just pull up. And but you can park on land, not any land, obviously, but maybe if somebody has a large piece of land. I
Mhm.
have family that has property. The land wouldn't be big enough, or where I would have to park, I wouldn't want to do it. But if there's a place where even if I rent it on a monthly basis or on a every 2 week basis, whatever, I would do that because I want to have somewhere where I don't have to get up, I don't have to leave, I don't have to be doing this. I ain't trying to do all
Right.
that. You know what I
Right.
mean? So I'm
Mhm.
at a point now in my van life nomad journey where I want to be where I want to be. And I don't want to have to leave unless we're traveling together and we're just passing through towns, you know? What
Yeah.
about you?
Yeah. I here's the deal. I feel like in terms of being stealth, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, you were talking about the grocery store scenario.
Yes.
So if
Yes.
I'm driving during the day, I don't care about stealth. Not
Mm-hmm.
really,
Yeah,
right?
we don't have, yeah, yeah.
So with the grocery store, I could park. Usually, I park on the outs. Well, actually, no, my van parks anywhere. I
Mm-hmm.
park just like a regular car at the grocery store. But if I had something bigger, like a box truck, I would park on the outskirts,
Mm-hmm.
maybe, because I don't think they fit in a regular
Do you
park.
think though, but see, the kind of box truck I'm looking at, I'm not going to get a huge, I'm thinking like the kinds with the smaller cab. That's what I've been looking at with the smaller cab up front. And then
Okay.
like not huge because I don't want
Oh yeah,
something
like the Kroger.
Kroger, even a little bit bigger than the U-Haul. You know how like the small, even, but something that I could stand up in. But
Mm-hmm.
that's, I don't want something really, really huge. As long as I can put in my, get the floors redone, put a
Mm-hmm.
bed, I want some type of love seat, a desk,
Mm-hmm.
and pretty much everything else, it'll still be a no build. I will get some kind of desk built where I can just fold it over and put my laptop in some
Yeah.
kind of work
Yeah.
area and somehow another make the bed be so it won't just roll or whatever. So I will get some of that stuff built, but I'm not gonna overdo it. Like I'm not
Mhm.
gonna. I don't want to be ragged around with a lot of. I am. I'm not a minimalist, but I am minimalist ish. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? I'm kind of
I
like
like that. I
yeah.
like that.
I'm over.
Someone
Yeah, I'm over so much
yeah.
junk and clutter. As soon as we get off, one of the things I need to do is go to my storage. I got a bag of summer clothing taller than us, and I got to get rid of. Hey, I'm about to clean out, and I have a small storage. I don't want all the stuff.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Same here.
but and so, do you think? I know, like you used to be concerned, like if people would park too close to you because they hit your stuff or a cart, or so. Do you still
Yeah.
park on the outskirts?
No, I park just like a regular car. I don't even care
Yeah.
no.
You don't, and girl you used to be like,
Yeah.
we can't park no.
Yeah. You're right. I think that's how I was with every car that I bought.
Mhm.
The newer it is, the more
Yeah, you had that new like, don't
cringe.
park on me.
Yeah, you cringe. But because it's white too, I think.
Mhm.
But I guess any color, if somebody dinged your car, it would
White
show.
would look ding more. It'd be bigger. I think a bigger of a scratch or more noticeable.
Yeah, yeah,
I still do like just for me, even when I'm in a mini camper van, I still want to be like just back. Like I don't
hmm
know, because I just don't want
I
people
like my own
around me.
space.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know how we like. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
why? For the love of God,
Right.
for the love of pancakes, you
Right.
can park anywhere in a place, and they like right there. You're like, hey, why park by me? I
Yeah.
think in
Yeah.
school we learn to everybody fill in, everybody fill in. You know, you're perfect. Everybody fill, and it's like, no, we don't have to fill in. There are no
Mhm.
rules. Just
Right. You don't have to be close to me. It's
exactly
okay.
move away, move away.
I
So
don't
they
want to share my energy with you.
you are crazy. I know, right?
I'm
It's kind
all
of like,
about preserving my energy.
yes, and the energy. I agree, 100%. That's one of the ways you stay safe to preserve your energy.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
I
You don't
take
have to do everything. You don't have to be with everybody.
Yeah, you don't have to be with everybody. And then, I like even when we travel, we got this vibe thing going where we know, like, if you're in your van for a minute, we just know, like, are we doing a campfire later? Are we walking? You know what I'm saying? We know, but then we know we're at home. It's like if you were my next door neighbor at home, I wouldn't just be over there like, hey, what you doing? What you doing? No,
Right.
we independent. We just come
Yeah.
together. Like, you want to walk later? You want to go
Right.
eat? So I like that
Yeah.
vibe. So does size matter then? As far as safety and camping and you know.
I think size. The conclusion is that size does not
Matter.
matter. But
Mhm.
if you're gonna, if you want less attention, don't
Mhm.
drive up in the grocery store with a bus.
Yeah.
If you want less attention,
Who
you know,
drive a box truck?
go to
At
a
night though, because in the daytime, like you said, it's just like everybody else. You're just like everybody else. And if the vehicle you drive happens to be a box truck, although I see some stores say no semis at all ever, but we're not in
Mhm.
a semi. But I
Right.
think any other vehicle is okay, right?
Yeah, yeah. I
Oh
don't
yeah.
think it matters. I don't think size matters. I think
Okay.
that's going to be the
Oh,
conclusion
hey
because
Tasha. I didn't even know that somebody's here. Hey, what's up,
oh,
Tasha?
I can't see
Let's
them.
be pray for divine protection. Hello, Tasha. Tasha is a nomad. I know. Send it
Okay.
back at you, Tasha. Back
So
at
Tasha,
you.
what do you drive? You let us know in the chat.
I know. Let us. I didn't even know how to get to the chat. Sorry, we don't know how to. I'm gonna say that.
Comments. Oh, she's in the comments. I should have.
Yeah, she's in the comments.
I posted that in the wrong place.
Oh, you sure did. You posted it in a private chat.
Oh, she said pray for divine protection is what she
Yes, and we do need. That's
Okay.
real.
Yeah,
That's real. Even.
absolutely. I believe
Mhm.
in the power of prayer.
Yes. And
It's
sometimes I think one of the things with us trying to be not trying, but when we do even travel, you're saving on accommodations. Oh, I see you now. You posted. I was like, where's the chat at? I didn't even know.
yeah.
Um, when you it depends on where you at. Like, I mean, anytime at night you have to be safe. But again, I'm moving toward I only want campgrounds or somebody's land. So as I travel, I only want to stay on people's land. Like I don't want to stay on I don't want to be parking here and there everywhere. Sweetie Pie, hello ladies. Minivan versus ProMaster. Please, three pros and three cons. Okay, Fia, that's a great question, Sweetie Pie. Did you read? Can you read her comments? Or
Minivan.
I assume you're
Please, three pros and three cons. Oh, that's a good. Yeah.
okay. You go.
Oh,
You
but
want to go first? You go first.
on to Tasha.
Okay.
Prayer and putting out our intentions for
She's
safety.
responding, and then we'll answer. And I'm sorry if I said Sweetie Pie. I assume it's a lady, Sweetie Pie, but
Okay. 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 So
pros and cons. She wants three
pros and
pros of
cons
living.
of a minivan. Okay. That's
And then you
that's.
don't have a pro map. What is that you had? What is the
I do have a ProMaster.
Okay, I'm sorry. It's a pro. Okay.
I also
Go
have a
ahead.
minivan.
You do have a minivan. You started with it. Okay,
Yeah, Sweetie
yes.
Pie. I
Yes.
still have my minivan. My husband drives it now. But
Okay.
when I first started van life, I bought a Chrysler Pacifica because I love how the seats go down into the ground to the floor. And so I was like, this is gonna be my van life thing. And I was building out the bed and I put the seats down. I didn't want to tear anything out because I was like, it was leather and well, it is leather. But I was like, I don't want to really tear up anything. I just want to use it as van life and see how it goes. And so me and my husband went on a couple trips and he was just like, I can't do this. It's just not enough. I mean, no, and that van is super flexible.
And it's huge
It's
too.
super flexible.
Specifically.
So the pro obviously of a minivan is right away, just off the top of my head, is it's stealth.
Mm-hmm.
It's cheaper in gas mileage and in purchasing. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
then the third one would be probably the fact that you can easily nah. I was gonna say you can easily use it more than one way. Like during the day you could do like
Or
Uber
regular if you wanted to.
Uber or yeah, you
Yeah,
could do
something like that.
some kind of service and then you can switch
Okay.
it back. I've seen people do that. So that's three pros
Of the
um
minivan.
of the minivan. Do you want to do the minivan and then we go to the Pro
Yeah.
Master?
So I agree with you on the pros of it. First of all, it's super stealth. And so no matter where you at, sometimes you can't get to like places that clearly allow overnight camping. So in the case of a minivan, I can park at even if like say IKEA isn't open 24 hours, but if they have employees in there, my van fits in so I can feel like I'm safe and I can camp. Another thing is I really focus on living the cost. The cost. I bought my van 4 years ago, $12,000. I went in there with pennies, dollars. I paid my van outright, so I don't own anything on it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's it. Like you said, cheap or affordable. It's definitely affordable.
Yeah.
If you're not a clutter bug, and I'm becoming minimalist.
Oh,
I'm not minimalist, and I am a cluttery person. But when I do have my van well organized, it works really well. As far as like somewhere to sleep, as a desk, and that's the only things I need. Prior to me getting rid of my memberships, and that just happened a month ago. I didn't shower in my van, so I didn't need to shower in my van. And what else? Cooking. I was always kind of I never cooked in the van, so I just looked at it as a pro is. It is your free accommodations. Like it's just your free accommodation, and if you can get a bed that's comfortable, and I do agree, it's free accommodation. So if you're traveling on a road trip, like I know a lot of people are going to be taking road trips, you're not paying no money. Like it's better on gas. I mean, mine is excellent on gas. And so if I'm going down to Mineral, Ohio, or like I just went out west for 10 months, and I'm not paying for no accommodations, but what I don't pay for in accommodations, I can pay for in making memories or touristy stuff. So those are the three cons. I mean, three pros.
pros. So I
Yeah.
gave three pros. You gave three pros.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give the cons. For a minivan, the biggest con now that I've moved on from a minivan to a ProMaster is space. Because you can't stand up. You only got so much space for a kitchen if you're gonna make one. You only got so much space for a bathroom if you're gonna make one. You gotta have a bed.
True.
So the biggest con is space.
True.
And standing. Because sometimes I spend a lot of hours in my van and I don't necessarily want to get out.
I
agree. But I want to stand up. You know what I'm saying? So the good thing about my van though is my minivan is that I can actually walk hunched over.
Yeah, I can do that too. I can set up, put up my clothes. Yeah, I can wash out.
Like that does help. That does help a little bit. But if you want to stand, you got to get out. So another con. Oof. This is hard.
You're welcome, sweetie pie.
You got another con? You got a con you want to
share? I do agree. So with the con,
space is one for me.
Yeah, space is definitely one. On my 10-month road trip, I really had never before experienced needing more space. I didn't have a storage to drop off stuff. I didn't have a relative's house to go over and just like be out. As far as me, my only mission is to live out of. So space is huge. It's huge. You have to stay organized. People think in a smaller space that you won't lose stuff. You lose everything. If you're not organized, space is crucial. But as far as standing up, now that has been something that hasn't bothered me because I kept my back seat. And just as I'm sitting here in this chair, my back seat feels just as comfortable to me. I can sit there 8 hours and just work on my laptop. I have like a little desk and I can sit there for 8 hours. And I always get out. I never want to be in a climate like I'm in Ohio now where I can't just get out and go outside. I love being outside. Like I don't. So for me, I really make it about living out of the van. Of course, I'm like you. I had those days where you're like, oh, I don't want to go nowhere. I'm home. Like I just want to chill out. So that's number one.
So number two for me would be a con for a minivan is most of, again, and this is just from experience, most of the parks that I see, some of them you can't get in if you don't have an RV.
Okay.
So a minivan, the con would be you got to bring a some kind of pull along camper, or you got to let them know you're going to be tent camping or something, because you can't just park at a regular full hookup site with just a minivan. So that's a con.
Yeah, but let me just say that to that point though. It used to be like 10 years ago, long before my husband and my kids, we would go camping. And I never was sleeping in the tent with the kids and the husband. So I always slept in like the SUV. It was just like let the seat back. I didn't know about putting beds in there. But now I haven't found that to be the case. I'll give you an example. I went to Minnesota, and this was one of those RV camps. Like, some RV places, the RVs look just this humble working class people.
Yeah.
I had the bright idea. I didn't know where I was at. I went to this campground, and it was like $200,000 vehicles, and I kid you not. And that's when I had that white van. Remember B? It wasn't even the Honda, so it was like I had roll up windows. I pulled up like bump 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 up bump bump like
Uh-huh.
Samson. I pulled up, and I asked them like, look. They were like, what will you be using for camping? And I was like, this. I have a bed. And they let me in, and I'm literally the only minivan with roll up windows and shit. I'm just like rolling up my stuff, like, so I would say that that's changed, and it might not be everywhere, but now, and even if you even tell them, if you go to the tent area now, so I have not encountered not one place where you had to have a pulley or anything. Worst case scenario, I have always traveled, or most of the time I have a tent, and I'll say I'm going to the tent area, but I'm never going to sleep in the tent, even with a floor. So but I don't see that to be the case no more. At least, hey, Miss LB, what's up? What up? What up? What up?
I'm trying to think of another con for the minivan.
It's a lot of
The space, and getting into parks. I would just say, it's harder to stay organized.
It is. It's not a livable.
Just in general, like it's hard to stay organized in a small space. Period.
Yes.
I live in a fifth wheel, and it's still hard because I'm like, I want more space. I really don't want more space in my fifth wheel. It's just I'm used to a 5-bedroom house. Even 5 years later or 3 years later, my mind is still, I have more space. But for the class B that I take road trips in, I'm sorry, the minivan. Oh, okay, yeah, no.
The minivan, your RV van.
I have a minivan, a class B, and a fifth wheel. The class B is much easier to organize because I have more space. I can stand up. I can, I'm not struggling. Like, I don't have to get out the van to organize my van. Does that make sense? But when I was in the class, when I was in my minivan trying to do van life, I was always going back to the front and the back and the front and the back, but I had to get out, to do certain things. So I would say that's a con too.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's not the minivan life is certainly not for the faint at heart. But I do think you have to think of it as I was watching a camper static van. I can't think of his name. But anyway, he was saying that he lives in a minivan, but like one of those box trucks, smaller. It looks like a truck, but it's like a mini car van. And he was saying that because the type of, and we are so much alike. I'm saying him because I'm out of the van. I can't. I'm not in it. Like I'm not. Now there are days where like one day I went on a hike and I was like so sick, and I'm like I can't even move for 2 days, so I can't. Where I'm gonna go? So I understand that. But sometimes, what's up, Angela? I don't want more space. I don't want more space.
I agree with Angela. I don't want more space either, but it's like it's like being a minimalist. Every once in a while you have those weak moments when you buy too much stuff, right?
You all the time.
You're a minimalist, but you got this small space, but you're like, okay, me and my husband have decided when we buy new stuff, we have to be willing to give up something else. So dropping off clothes that I can wear them, but I'm going to give them away because I just bought something new. So I got to give up something else. Like if I'm going to bring a new box of something in the fifth wheel,
you got to give up.
Yeah. So it's I don't want more space, but it's every once in a while you have those weak moments.
Well, you have to get more. It is. You don't have enough room for anything. I have family members. My Christmas gifts are in my winter room, and they just everywhere. And I'm gonna take them to the storage, but I'm like, I love it. You don't ever want to come across this. Oh, I don't want this, but because I do want it. But I know even candles. People give me candles. They know I love candles, and it's just like they're all here. So that is space is everything. I agree. But if you think about it as most of the time you want to live out of it, you want to save money. Van life, in my opinion, whether you live in a class, what is yours, class B? It's just not cheap. It's not. It's freeing. So
I tell you what, though, it's cheap. It is. I tell people all the time, it is cheaper than a brand new Escalade. It's
what
cheaper.
Is?
my van.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yes, I because I
Okay.
be telling people, I'm like,
You do.
people
You
go out
do.
and buy these Escalades and these Navigators brand new. They pay more money than I paid for my Class B, and I can stand up in it. I can use the
Agree.
bathroom. I can
I
cook in it.
agree. I agree. I like the way we were at a park one time and you had your little screen and you had your desk and you were like sitting there. It's like your porch. It was like your little porch. So I agree there are some advantages, but I think also just even with cost and like for you, like you said, it's cheaper than the Escalade, but I couldn't go out and just buy a Class B outright. Like I would have to, and that may be okay. And my whole purpose was, I know van life wasn't free, but I wanted to be freeing. Like sometimes, like I met my cousins and she's wonderful and she owns all these businesses. And she was like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "I'm on my Kindle reading in bed." And I used to just get up at 6 o'clock and be grinding. And I still work incredibly hard. But it's
Hmm.
like, I don't have to take clients. I don't have to do writing assignments. People nitpick. I do only what I want to do. Like, and if that means that minivan, I only want to do what I want to do. Because I'm at the point in the age in my life where when you are freelancing, you send an invoice and it's like you get nitpick, and it's not nitpicking. They want what they want. They're paying you for a service. But I had a freedom to lay down to 10 because I'll take only what I want. And I don't want to, if I was paying even just rent, like when I was paying rent, I couldn't just, I could just lay down. I'd be like in my zone. Like I don't want to hear it. I'm not doing it. I'm doing just enough. Like, I mean, I want money, obviously, but I don't feel like I have to be where I don't want to be anymore. I don't have grands. I have grown. We have grown kids. I don't want to even. I'm divorced. I don't want none of that. I don't want any of it. And so that's what I like about it
Oh,
too. It's like if I don't
no,
want to get
that's
up
good.
for a whole week, I take one assignment.
Yeah, no, that's good. I still, like I said, my minivan was my first love in
I
terms
know.
of,
I remember. I
because I was
remember.
like, I can make this work. I'm gonna be stealth. I had my windows tinted. I put up curtains.
You gave me your curtains.
I was so loving the whole
You gave me your
experience until
curtains.
until I figured out my husband couldn't really go with me.
He can't.
And
No.
so that's where I came up with the Class B. And let me just tell y'all, I originally was going to go with a conversion van. You know, the
What's the conversions like? What?
conversion vans are like those high top
Yeah, like the Ford.
yeah,
Okay.
Ford
Yeah.
I can't think of the name. Chevrolet.
Or something like the GMC.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the GMC. Yeah, I was going to I was
That
going
would
to
be
do that,
great.
but I was going to try and pay cash for that so I wouldn't have any payments. Let me tell y'all though, I've gone through every scenario, right? Cuz after I went from the minivan, I went to, let me just get a GMC conversion van,
But
right?
you had a GMC.
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay. I'm asking.
I was going to get one.
Oh,
I was going to pay cash and gut it, not gut it, but like
but
gut the middle part,
yeah,
build it out myself. And then I was like, no, no, because they wouldn't really negotiate with me, and so I got mad, and I said, you know what, let me just go get what I really want. What I really wanted all along was a Class B. Once I figured out I needed my husband to be able to stand up, and he still wouldn't have been able to stand up comfortably
and that
in
other
in the
one.
high
Okay.
top conversion van. Right.
Okay.
But I was like, that's a compromise because he can stand up. It's just his head is gonna hit the top.
It's like right there.
So he just gonna have to deal with that, right? That's
Okay.
where I was with that. And then so the negotiation thing, they weren't being real flexible. So I was like, let me just start shopping for a Class B. I'm gonna shop for the cheapest Class B I can find.
That's
At,
nice.
at the time, Road Trek was going through some Road Trek was
Another version of the Class
they were,
B here.
yeah,
Another brand
that's the Class
name.
B. Right. That's the
Mm-hmm.
brand I have. And they were going through something
Mm-hmm.
uh corporately, and so because of that, all the prices of the road treks went down, and I
Oh,
was like, this
okay.
is my chance. I said, I'm going for the cheapest the cheapest Class B I can find. So anyway, I want to share with y'all one pro versus a con is that when you a lot of people don't know this, when you go get a Class B and you go through a dealer, um you can finance that like a home.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand
That's a
what
good,
I'm saying?
yeah.
you don't finance a RV like you finance a minivan. A minivan,
Mm.
the interest is different, the terms, the how long you can pay on it is different. All that's different. With a class B or any kind of road RV, you can get up to 20 years financed,
Mm-hmm.
right? Now you don't want to, okay,
Yeah, you don't want it.
you
Yeah.
shouldn't stretch it out that long. In
Mm-hmm.
fact, I'm paying off the last 10 to 15,000 of my class B this year,
That's so
right?
good. Yeah, that's
I'm going
awesome.
I'm going to be debt free in terms of my class B. But
Mm-hmm.
but so
Yeah.
I'm cutting it down from 20 to like, see, I got it in 2020.
Was it 2020?
I got it in 2020.
Yeah, because we went to Georgia.
And
So.
then yeah,
Mm-hmm.
or 20, was it yeah, I guess it was 2020. And it's 2024. By the end of 2024, early 2025, out that my class B will be paid off.
I think that's good in
And
your situation, Fia. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
but let me just, I'm gonna finish this one
Mm-hmm.
point and I'm gonna let you go. Here's why the financing matters. Credit, credit. I'm not talking about credit. I'm just saying
Mm-hmm.
you can get it financed up to 20 years because they consider it a home.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason I've been able to pay off so much is because I already had it in my mind.
But it's a
I'm
home.
going to make double payments. I'm
Mm,
not going to be stuck in this class B payment for 20
smart.
years. So I'm
Smart.
paying it off in 5 years, the same that you would a car,
Mm-hmm.
the same that you would a minivan. But I have a literal RV house
Okay.
that I'm paying off in 1/4 of the time with
Yeah.
smaller payments. The smaller payments stretched out over 20 years is what allows you to pay double payments,
Okay.
or pay it off faster and
Okay.
reduce the interest that you're paying. So that's
Okay.
a huge pro for me. All right, I'm done.
Okay, that's good. I think that's a huge pro. I think that, but you're different than a lot of people. Like if I got something for 20 years, I would look at it like another payment. So like with my van, that's why it was important with a minivan to not buy a minivan that I couldn't just walk out the dealership and own it. Like I just wanted to own it because I don't think you should, because really the way car notes even is now, and I'm considering a minivan a car note, they're not high as rents, but they're $500 to $700, and when you add in insurance, people
Hmm.
are paying a lot. So I don't think you should. I don't think you should finance a minivan if you can help it. If not, I would say get something like what I had at first with the roll up windows. Just buy it outright. I mean, I think I paid $2,000 for that vehicle, or a little bit more, but it had like 80,000 miles, and it just ran so good. So I would say try to, if you're going to go into a minivan, buy something that you own. So when you do transition, because if you can't pay it off, if everybody can't double the payments and pay it off like you, then to me it's putting myself in the same type of situation that I don't want to be in with rent or a home. But you
Yeah,
smart because you own it. It's your tiny home on wheels. You know what I mean? It's like your tiny, not only do you have a home, but it's like your tiny home on wheels. So I think your move, you done it the right way. And that's the way I would want to do it. I would either want to go in with cash, or knowing that in 4 or 5 years I could own it. And if not, I just might as well pay a house or rent. You know what I mean? So, and
right.
that's good. And thank you for sharing. If anybody's thinking about getting it, y'all better get it financed like a home and just double down and pay it off because you own it. It's something you
Right.
own.
And
I was,
I will say paying cash is king. Like I'm
mm-hmm.
still I'm on a debt free. Have you heard of FIRE?
We heard of fire. Yeah,
Uh,
definitely.
what is it? What does FIRE stand for?
I
Um,
can't. Some people are leaving it, but you, I'm gonna Google what it stands for because I forgot.
oh, I didn't forgot the terms. Retire early is the last two letters.
Mm-hmm. Let me see
um,
what it is.
Financial independence, retire early.
Mm-hmm.
FIRE, financial independence, retire early. So I'm on a plan to like be debt free, and I
Okay.
want to retire before, way before 62. I'm not even
Yeah.
close yet, right? But I want to retire way before that. All
You're
right,
gonna do it.
so
Yeah, it is financial independence to retire early. You definitely go. My thing is the kind of work I set myself up to do, what I've been doing for 30 years. I feel like I could write at 80. Like I can still write. I feel like I have one of those kind of jobs. I probably work forever. I mean, I feel like I'm retired now, living in the van, and you are retired. But I feel like with writing, it's something I'm gonna do. Like I love it. I'm gonna do it forever. Like that is my retirement plan. Tiny home living and a job that I ain't gonna be. This is no offense to anybody um when you retire, do you have to get like a second job at a grocery store? I don't want to do it. So my thing is, I want to learn. I've learned skills. Thankfully, I've been able to learn skills that I can do at any age. So I think that's my retirement. I won't be retiring, but I'll be working 2 hours a week doing something
Yeah,
I only want
yeah.
to do. So that's it. So is that the pros and cons? If I had my way, if it was something I definitely could own, her vehicle is the way to go for sure. Because a minivan, it is. There are those days where you do just want to whatever. You don't even want to see people. And with a mini, and I don't cook in my minivan, so I have to go in stores. I mean, I could cook. I do have a stove, but I think that's the way to go. But only if you're not going in debt, because the whole thing, no, it's a class to tax write off each year. What are you saying now? Oh, FIA. Yeah, she said class B is a tax write off. That's what Sweetie Pie.
Um, yeah.
Oh, you.
I do write off part of my minivan, like my repairs,
Mm-hmm. You
my
can.
road trips and my gas, because
Mm-hmm.
I have a business.
Mm-hmm.
And so
Same.
I find ways to make sure I do a little bit of my business while I'm on the road.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Same.
what allows me to write off my road trips.
Yeah, your trip you paid
So I can go
exactly.
to a camp out with Frankie and be like,
I
"Hey,
know. Same.
uh, do you need a website?" Like,
Exactly.
even if I'm not planning to do a website for you, right?
Yeah,
Basically,
we're
you
doing. Or if we having conversations about some of the
right.
different things we want to do in our business. So it is a write off. It's just a good. So I think if I could just wave a magic wand and be given a class B all day long. I just would. But paying going into debt, like when I buy my box truck, cash. You know what I mean? I don't want no debt. And then even to get I'm going to do mostly a no bill, but even the stuff I'm going to get built, I want to pay for. I want to own it. If not, I can just rent, and I don't want to rent. Like I'm not doing it. I don't want to do it. So that would be the plus. I saw this. What do you think about tiny homes? I know we didn't talk about that. What do you think about the tiny homes? Like
You
I
know,
like.
I love small spaces, right?
Mhm,
I was just getting ready to
mhm.
tell Angela, because Angela said, "What do you have now?" Um,
Oh. Oh, she's on 57 and I retire. I work. Oh, she's retired. What about now?
oh, that's perfect, girl. I
Wait, wait,
want to
wait,
be
I don't know. I'm
there,
reading it
love.
wrong. Hold on. It say I'm 57 and I retire. Are you saying you retired? I think I'm reading it wrong. I work in the medical field for 25 years now. You want to enjoy life now. So are you saying you retired? I think that's what you're saying. Like I'm retired. I worked in the medical field for 25 years. Well, thank you for your service because
Good
that's a
for you.
long time to
Clap
work
for
in that.
Angela.
Yeah,
Go, Angela. Go,
I know,
Angela.
right?
Go,
Oh,
go,
she said, yeah, she's retired.
go,
I
go,
know.
go,
It
Angela.
break you down. It break you down. Yes, people, because they gonna look up and life's gonna be over. And you're gonna be like, well, when I retire and I'm gonna be you can't at 62, you're gonna be hurt. I mean, not at 62, like 67. Most people can retire now.
Oh no,
67.
y'all. I'm not gonna buy into that.
What have you hurting?
That whole I'm gonna be sore and all
Not
that.
at 62, no, but like
I'm gonna
70.
still be riding my motorcycle
Okay.
65 years old, because I didn't met up with these
I know,
70-year-old ladies riding a motorcycle,
right?
y'all. Riding a Harley.
That's
Multiple
gone, girls,
70-year-old women
ladies.
riding Harleys. And I'm
So
like,
you
you know
got
what? I'm gonna be like that. That's
But
how
see,
I'm
you're living your best life now too, though. So that's the point. You're not just waiting because a lot of people just working and working, and they don't take even small sabbaticals or small like road trips or camping trips. I think that's a mistake people make. You always somewhere. You in Africa, girl. You be gone, so you are enjoying your life, and I think that's key too. If you can't retire, make sure you're taking the time to enjoy whatever that means to you. Some people don't want to travel or whatever, but whatever it means to you, I'm
Mhm.
joy routing all the time, all the
Clap,
time.
clap. We gonna clap, clap, clap for Sweetie Pie too.
Yes. What she's gonna say?
Sweetie Pie, what are you in? You in a
I think
minivan?
she said she's in a minivan, and I'm saying she because Sweetie Pie, but it could be. But yeah, I think she's in a minivan, and she says she loves it. And the loving part of it
Okay,
is,
Angela. Angela's in.
oh, Angela says she. That's right. I'm
Angela
losing my
wants to
brain,
go
yeah.
to a class B, but I don't. What is Sweetie Pie?
I think she is in a minivan. Let me go back up and
Okay.
see. Um, da, 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 da,
But
da.
yeah, I would say if you really know what you want,
Yeah, Angela's in the minivan.
go for that thing. Oh, she's still looking. Okay.
Oh, she's still looking.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Oh no,
will
Sweetie
say
Pie's
this.
still looking. Okay, Angela is
Yeah.
in the minivan.
I
think
will
if you can
say
afford it, right? Would you
right,
say
right,
that? To
right. I
me,
agree.
don't pay unless you can afford it or you like Fia and you can hit it down in 5 years. Um, it wouldn't be worth it to me. Although I look at a class B like it's your house. It is your house. So
If you're full time on the road, yeah,
yeah, because if
yeah,
you're renting for 5 years, at the end of the rent, when you ain't got your rent, you gotta go. But at the end of
yes,
your RV, you own it. So that's what makes sure it's a great deal as well. That you own
yeah.
it. You're not just you buy your own it. It's like a house, except
Mm-hmm.
no taxes unless you decide to pay on the land. But it's like that's your house, your mobile
And
house.
Frankie is right. Ownership is the goal because
Mhm.
the closer you get to retirement age, you don't want a whole bunch of payments.
Nothing. No,
Like
not at all.
my goal is to be debt free way before retirement so that I can
Hmm.
start saving. I got the 401k, right? We got
Hmm.
the, but you can't even depend on the 401k.
You cannot depend on
You got
401k.
to have more than the 401k. You got to have
Hmm.
investments.
I got a little bit, very
You gotta
small amount of
gotta
investment.
have some savings. And so
Hmm.
anyway, I love this lifestyle because at the end of the day, I've seen Frankie, both of us have seen people who are surviving on way less than both of us.
Hmm.
And that's a beautiful thing
Yes,
because
yeah.
that can be your retirement plan. Like,
Exactly. Just say, I just want to live. I feel like anything can happen, and so I save on accommodation. So I'm going to
mhm,
enjoy myself when I'm on the road. I have to remind myself when people come and visit, like Frankie, you is work. Like you're not a tourist. Like you're not on vacation. People come to visit me, and I'm just sitting up like 2 weeks, like and I'm like, you're not on vacation, though. And that's what gets tricky about van life. If you still working, you think you own you're not on vacation. I mean, you may have vacation days where you do vacation things, whatever that means to you, but you are still it's a grind. Not a grind because I don't like grind. I don't even like the word hustle. I don't like nothing that involves I don't grind. I don't hustle. My cousin was like, I'm booked and busy. I'm like, I'm resting, relaxed. I'm rested.
mhm,
I'm not booked and busy. No, I
yeah,
don't want to be booked. I want to lay down and just listen to the birds and drink my water, which is in
right,
a
right.
Gatorade bottle.
Angela says she her 2019 Toyota Sienna
Ooh,
is paid in full. She paid cash when she retired.
mm,
And that's what I'm talking
good.
about.
Mm-hmm,
Having paid off assets is
mm-hmm,
freedom, y'all. And
yes.
I used to be the kind of girl who had to have a new car. I literally paid off. I had a PT Cruiser. We bought
Yeah,
that cash. But then I ended up getting the Juke, Nissan Juke,
I
brand new.
like those jukes. I like those jukes.
Girl, I love that car,
They're
and I
so
bought it
cute.
brand new and paid it off. But
Okay.
but in hindsight, I'm telling myself I could have took that money, and I didn't know about. I wasn't into RV back then, but I'm just like
About it. People don't
the amount
know.
of times that I paid off a car, I could have done so many other things. Like people
Mm-hmm.
don't realize that an older car, it's okay to have an older
That you
vehicle. See,
well
my husband is
maintenance.
the opposite of me. He likes
You know,
I like new things too, but
yeah,
I'm thinking about I want to be able to I want the freedom to quit my job, which I could quit right now.
you
And
definitely could
he
quit.
would take
Yeah,
care of me, and I am
you
thankful.
definitely could quit.
I'm thankful for my hubby. But until I feel comfortable enough, right? And I paid off everything I feel I want to pay off. Um I'm not going to quit. So,
He's smart. The biggest
anyway,
thing I know,
it's freedom though when you have something paid off.
it is freedom to
It's like
own something.
minimalism. Giving something away and getting rid of junk and
Mm-hmm.
clutter, it
Mm-hmm.
energizes you.
It does. Bring
Yeah.
in the she said, come on now. Yep. She said, tell it, Fia. Go ahead. And that is so true. And I'm not like now I was thinking about I'm gonna do a budget video and I'm gonna break down what I owe. And I just got my student loans forgiven.
Yay, that's
That was the
right.
best. So know that there's none. Like I owe none. Like I know, right?
Frankie just got her student loans paid off. Frankie just
Yes.
got her student loans paid off.
Paid
Yes.
in full.
Oh,
When I
that's
tell
awesome.
you I owed more than a house. Like when I tell you, like I'm serious, like but that's public service, like right. These
Mhm.
years I put in the work. of being a public
That is
servant, and
beautiful.
yeah. So that's it. But I don't owe nothing. I don't have. I just want just whatever. I just want very. I was gonna go out because I'm home, and I was gonna go out and get like in my storage. I know I have like summer clothes, but I was
Mm-hmm.
gonna go out and just buy because you know how you just need shirt, and I'm like I'm cutting up t-shirts. I am not wearing. I'm not even buying any shirts. I'm just gonna cut all my t-shirts with the thing to hang off the side. I swear.
Mm-hmm.
I was wearing tank tops, but I don't want to show my orb, so I'm going to wear t-shirts that are cut so it look like a girl shirt, and that's it. That's I'm not buying anything. Now
Yeah.
we were going to talk about. She said, "Hallelujah!" Oh yeah, thank you, Angela. Thank
Yes.
you so
I'm
much. I
sure
know
that your burden
it was a
lifted.
big burden, and then the rest of the stuff there is I know grandkids that probably would shape my life. You know, I don't know a lot of different things would, but right now it's just me. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't have no, nothing, and no, I'm just happy to just be free. I just feel free, like
Yeah.
wherever I want to go, wherever I want to do. I'm not tied down. I love Ohio, love my family, but I be ready to go. And like I feel like the
Mm-hmm.
walls are closing in, like you know what I mean, like just being
Time to go.
indoors. It's time to go. It's time to go. What
Um.
about? Go ahead.
Oh no, I was going to say we talked about one pro.
Mm-hmm.
I talked about the financing being a
Mm-hmm.
pro for the Pro Master, because a lot of people don't know that you can finance it as a house. Um.
Who told you? What made you figure it out? How'd you figure it
Um.
out?
Actually, let's see. I had already bought the fifth
We
wheel.
had clapping. Okay.
We had already bought the fifth wheel, so we
Mm-hmm.
knew the financing game with that. And then when at the same we had
Really,
ordered the fifth
Angela.
wheel, we had done all the financing and stuff, and so I knew that they would stretch it out. In fact, I was ready to try and pay cash.
Okay.
Um, I,
Wow.
I was gonna try to pay half down cash, and they were like, and this is a good tip. I feel like in the end I got tricked,
Why?
but
Was it a good trick?
um, it was okay. So I said I want to pay half down cash for the class B, and they were like, well, why give up your money? You could just
Or they
we
said keep your cash
we
because
can
they
just
wanted the
finance you.
interest.
We can just finance you. And I was like, well, I said to them, I said, I don't think you're going to be able to approve me for financing. Now my credit was good, but I
Mm-hmm.
had just bought the fifth wheel, me and my husband.
The other one.
So I knew that was on my credit. So I was like,
Okay.
wait a minute. I just bought a fifth wheel. They're not going to let me have a class B two back to back like that. And
They said yeah.
they were like, why don't you just let us run it?
And they ran it like, go ahead.
And they ran it and they were like, you're approved. And I was like,
Hmm.
you sure?
See?
I mean, in terms of, it's not that I couldn't afford it. It was more of, hey,
They
they
knew
had
it
already
free.
they had already put that on my credit. So I was like, my debt to income ratio had
I
already
know.
risen. So I was like, eh. So anyway, that it worked out. But
Oh,
I'm
good.
this year it'll be paid off. So
Hmm.
I'm thankful.
Congratulations on that. It's beautiful. She has an air fryer. Although she always eats out. You got an air fryer.
I
The
know I
TVS.
love eating out.
She eat out, but I mean, she got the stuff. You can cook a gourmet meal. I'm sitting in there like, let's just cook.
And I use the air fryer at home a lot.
You do
Like,
okay, but you
yes,
use it.
at home.
You have it
But
in your
on the road, I'm just like I'm on vacation. I ain't
I
cooking.
know, like see, that's
Um,
what's the trick of it, but that's the beauty of it. She'll go somewhere and stay in a hotel. Like I'm like, your
yeah,
friends, your
yeah.
biker friends can stay in a hotel,
It
but you
depends
know,
because being on a bike. You brought up the motorcycle thing, but the
yeah.
motorcycle, it's like being on the bike for a long time. The
Hmm.
motorcycle, it hurts.
Oh,
So you need a rest. Trust
but you
me.
can rest in
Trust me.
your thing. You have a
No, but
being.
if I don't tow the motorcycle with my class B, then
Mhm.
I
You just ride. I didn't say like if you don't take it, I
you're
would tow
riding
it.
for hours and you're like, oh my god, my butt is numb,
I know you
numb,
crazy. Mhm.
and you can walk it off, but you're just tired.
But I
Anyway,
mean, if you drive your class B with your bike,
yeah,
right? I
yeah,
would just. There's no way I would pay for a hotel. Like, there's no way. They save on
yeah.
accommodations
I'm
or
still
whatever.
thinking about it. I'm still thinking about it.
What do you mean when you go to
Anybody?
Louisiana?
I'm going to the Essence Fest
So
in
is the Essence
Louisiana.
Fest Music Fest? Because I was thinking about going down there, but is
Yeah,
it
it's in New
music?
Orleans,
No.
July 4th.
So are you not? Are you gonna bypass Mineral Ohio, that thing, or you haven't thought about it?
I think because we were gonna come, I was gonna come towards you
You're supposed to come here. What
to
happened to
Mineral,
you?
Ohio for the bandits,
Yes.
adventure bandits. So we were gonna hang out, and then I
Yeah.
think I'm gonna come back, pick up the motorcycle.
Why
So
can't you bring them? It would be too heavy to what? To bring it here.
um, well, I'm supposed to ride with some ladies
So
from
you gonna?
Florida.
That's how you gonna drive your thing?
I,
So you gonna?
I
Don't say you.
know that's what I'm trying. I'm still trying to
Oh,
figure
let
that
them
out.
get you in and ride that
I
bike down there.
know. Well, if they're riding with me, there's a group in Georgia that I'm supposed to be meeting
Mm-mm.
up with.
Mm-mm.
There's a group of women riding their motorcycles. We're supposed to meet
Mm-mm.
up, and then we're all going to ride over to New Orleans. We have hotels reserved.
Okay,
So
well that's different if y'all
yeah,
kind of pair
yeah,
up.
yeah. I'm not going to be by myself.
How long it take you to get down to New Orleans though?
9 hours
On
from
your
Florida.
bike? You don't do it on your bike?
Yeah. Well, we're gonna have to
My
stop.
head down.
But this is my first long distance trip,
And
and
that's what I'm saying. You
I'm going to
crazy.
love it. I'm going to love it, love it, love it, love it, love it.
Okay.
I've never gone that far. Um, so pros. Let's go back to pros
That's
for the Class
pros.
B.
Mm-hmm.
So the first pro was the financing,
Mm-hmm.
and actually that's it actually is better. The financing is better than a minivan. Okay, so that's a pro.
Definitely.
The second pro would be the space. I can't say much more.
Love the space.
It's obviously an advantage over
Love the space.
being able to stand up and stretch in the
You
morning and be like,
shower. I
oh,
know.
you can do yoga. I mean, you can do yoga in a minivan too.
Yeah. No,
But
I just get out. Like the weather, I just don't ever want to be. I think that's why I stayed in San Diego so long because I want to be out. I can't. I feel like I've grown accustomed to being outside. Like I don't like being indoors.
yeah,
But go
yeah.
ahead. So anyway, you can stretch. You can do yoga.
Third, let's see. The third one would be
You don't watch it, but you have a TV
I want to say that I've never my Class B is the one vehicle I've never gotten a ticket in
at all.
at all.
You get
Ever.
tickets.
I've never got I have a very heavy foot. In my younger days, I used
So
to
you
get
get
tickets.
tickets.
Yes, I used to
Oh
because
my
I
goodness.
was always in a hurry and driving fast and whatnot. But I got one ticket. I think I got one ticket in my minivan,
Okay.
but it's
I
paid
have
off.
never had a ticket in my life.
We just paid off my minivan last year.
Congratulations on paying that off.
Thank
Yeah.
you. That felt so good.
I know it did.
But the Class B, I
Mm-hmm.
feel like it's stealth. It's one of the vehicles. So I have really dark tint, and
You
I feel
do.
like when cops stop you,
Mm-hmm.
they usually will question your tint if you're in a
Mm-hmm.
car and or minivan. If it's really
Mm-hmm.
dark tint, I have straight blacked out tint, y'all,
In your van.
on
I
my
mean, not
Class
the van, the
B.
RV. I call it.
My
It's an
class.
RV.
Well, my minivan has dark tint too, but
Mm-hmm.
it's not as dark as the Class B because the one thing I wanted was I wanted to be able to see out and
But
not
they
have
can't see
anybody
in.
see in. So it's
Yeah.
super dark.
Well,
And
that's
I've
good.
never had a ticket in 5 years. I've never had anybody stop me. Nobody has ever stopped me and asked me about my tent. And it's not to my credit. That it's not to my
Because
credit
that is legal some places, like really
it's
dark
harder to
tint.
drive fast in
Who?
a Class B.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you can drive much faster in a minivan.
Of course you can.
Yeah.
I don't get. I mean, I had a ticket in New Mexico. I was detained for following too closely behind my friend.
What?
Remember that? Yeah, that's what I got a ticket for. Like in the town where they made the movie Cars, it was
Okay.
some BS. It was some straight BS. Like Andrea, you know Andrea.
Yeah.
So they said I was first. They said, "Do you know her?" They didn't know who she was. They was like, "You're following too closely behind the vehicle." And they were like, "Get out the car." And I'm like, "Why get out the car? What do you mean following too closely behind?"
I wonder, like, did they pull up behind you to see that, or did somebody
They
call?
just said, I don't know, but the trucks were about to kill me. So they're like these big semis. We're going down the hill. So
Yeah.
y'all stopped me, but y'all
Mm.
don't stop these big semis behind me that's about to
Oh,
kill me. And then my like
oh,
instant pump was going off, and I'm like,
girl, you
they're like,
just
get
had
out
a
the car.
whole.
Like I was detained, and I'm like, really? I'm getting a ticket.
You just brought up a whole nother safety topic that we need to cover. When you
I
are
know.
solo traveling with
Mhm.
these semis are not.
Hi, Dominique.
Yeah,
Dominique. I don't know if she want to tell her
hey,
story, but
Dominique.
she's got
Oh,
a.
by the way, y'all can come on, Frankie.
You
Frankie.
might want to come up and talk.
Anybody want to come on camera and talk? You
Let's
can do
talk.
that. By the way, let's put the link.
Dominique is a traveler. I'll just say that. I don't know if she want to tell her.
Okay,
She's a
Frankie, you want to
traveler.
put the link? You want to put the link in the comments?
Sure. Do I put it in or can you put it in? How do I put the link
Actually,
in?
you know what? I can grab it from the email.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Anybody want to come up? Come up, say hi.
Uh oh.
You to mess up. I just love being on the road. I love traveling. I
Me
just
too.
do.
And I tell you, once you figure out you love okay, Dominique says she's staying in the chat. That's
Okay.
all right. Uh-oh.
Whoever you put it in there, somebody might come up. Anybody. What if we get a
Um
I think she's in. You want to come? You tell her where you at. I know where she's at. I was trying to meet up with.
this comment has
Hopefully I
failed to
will.
post. For some reason
Huh?
it's not letting me post the
It won't. Do I grab the chat this stream that's right in our address box? Is that it?
no, I have it, but it won't it's giving me a hard time. So I'm just gonna
Okay.
post.
Well, let me see how I pull it up. Then I don't know if I know how, but I sure can try. I think it's the link that we're on, right?
Yeah, yeah, it's the same exact link you sent me, but it won't let me post it for some reason.
But it won't let me. I'm just gonna send a link that's in my URL box. It's got to be that one, right?
Yeah. Angela says she's staying in the chat in the chat.
Okay.
Oh, that's good. Y'all all good.
We're just getting over. Honestly, with
Appreciate y'all.
we are just getting over like doing this live. We've been
Mhm.
practicing because we were like, we ain't going live. Y'all know I'm never on this camera. I'm like, I ain't going on the camera. I ain't doing it. But we
And
just getting
Frankie
over
has
it.
me going live more often
I
um,
know,
than
I
I
know, right?
ever would have. So I'm actually starting to feel more comfortable, and I'm starting to get ideas.
It's
And
like she liked going live. I'm like,
I
okay.
like going
Hey,
live because
Christina.
the pressure to be on camera is not it's not as hard as I thought it would be.
Christina says
Um,
she's starting full time van life this week. Go
Yay!
for
Hey,
it. Yes. You can't.
congratulations!
Yeah,
That's
it is. Are you starting in your town or are you starting? What I did find though, when I was on the road by myself for 10 months, although I hooked up with a lot of people, it was different being in different states. But I feel like if I could travel by myself in different states, I could do anything
oh
because it was.
yes, yes,
I was like, New Mexico. I
girl.
don't ever want to be in New Mexico again. And
Yeah.
then I had to like camp, and I didn't have to, but it got
Mhm.
dark. So I ended up staying at this 24-hour weed dispensary, y'all, that sold food. I
Mhm.
didn't even know where my son was like, he was looking at me on the 360 app. He was like, you can go stay at the mall. I said, but this place is open. He was like, that's a weed dispensary. And I was like, they sell food. And I literally just stayed right there. And I was just like, had now. But it was open 24 hours. So you'd be surprised. That's the thing about a minivan. But I
Yeah.
don't like New Mexico's. I told them I ain't want to stay in New Mexico. I want to get up out of here. But I was in Arizona. I
Mhm.
love San Diego. I love San Diego. Oh, you're in Oregon. There are a lot of van dwellers in Oregon, though, right?
Yeah.
Or people that travel, not they travel. I see a lot of, well, not a lot of channels, but I've seen channels where people are in Oregon. There used to be a lady, I can't think of Danielle. You remember Danielle with the red van? Uh,
Danielle.
that wasn't her name on the
I
thing
don't think
though.
did I meet her?
I don't think we ever met her in person. I just knew her from like watching her channel. I think that was her
Okay.
name. She was in Oregon. Yeah, she was in
Okay.
Oregon.
I don't remember even going to Oregon.
Yeah, I've never been to Oregon
I
either.
haven't been to the north west.
What's considered Northwest? Would that be like Wyoming,
It would be
Minnesota?
above
I don't know geography. Would it be in?
um let me see, where is Oregon?
I don't know. Where's everyone traveling right now?
I think it's like yeah,
You can.
Oregon is northwest. So
Oh,
it's like Seattle, Washington, below Seattle, Washington, but above Nevada.
okay. I never been
So
there.
if you went to California, it would be above California sort of. Um
Oh, I don't know. Dominique asks, "Is where is everyone now? Where are we traveling? Like, where is everyone? Or
oh,
either
I'm in
station?
Florida.
Right now, I'm in Ohio, getting ready to gear up and get on the road.
So Frankie, we should be gearing up to either go to Atlanta,
Yes, that's what we're gonna
or
do.
okay. So first of all, I'm gonna meet. I think I'm gonna meet Frankie for
Let her
June,
come.
the week of June. Oh no, I can't. I
Why?
oh Frankie.
See, look, you play. It only take you a couple days to come down.
Okay,
Here's what
listen. Here's what we're gonna have to
you
do.
made other plans, y'all. See, I'm coming to Texas. Aren't you in Texas?
I'm gonna have
She
to
said
come
it's
see
for
you.
Dominique saying it's Pacific Northwest. Oregon is Pacific Northwest. I'm
Yeah,
terrible with
yeah,
geography.
yeah. It's Northwest,
Ooh,
but I don't have to come see you after Essence Fest because y'all can't tell right now, but
what?
I actually have a sore tooth.
What does that got to do with going to
I'm
vacationing?
gonna tell you. Let me tell the story. I
Tell
in
me what a sore tooth y'all got to do. Yeah, she in Texas. That's why I'm gonna go. Dominique, I think I'm gonna head down to Texas because I got a niece in Texas.
I have a sore tooth. I'll come to Texas too
That's
after
what she
after.
said. Okay, she said
Yeah.
she's in North
So I'm
Texas.
probably not gonna make it to the Adventure Bandits thing in June because I have a sore tooth and I had a cap put on
Mm-hmm.
my tooth in March.
Mm-hmm. You
Turns
can
out
have surgery.
the pain didn't go away because the tooth
Mm.
is cracked.
Okay.
The
Ugh.
tooth that they put a cap on is cracked. So I found out yesterday after going to the dentist that they need to do a root canal.
And you might have stitches. I
Root
just had.
canal is June 20th.
Whew.
So that's 2 days before my birthday, and
Your
I
birthday is June 22nd. I gotta
yeah,
remember
yeah,
that.
it's the
Okay.
same week as Adventure Bandits
So you
event.
got even coming. I may go down there. I haven't heard from the person who, um, I had talked to about that, and
I mean, if
so
I'm not in that much pain, I might be able to do it, but
you should slide down. I'm getting on the road. I'm just gonna get packing my stuff.
I
Um,
think I'm gonna come see you after that.
but we're gonna have to meet somewhere because I'm not gonna be in Ohio.
After Essence Fest. Where you gonna be?
I don't know wherever. I'm just
Then go to Georgia and I'll come see you after the Essence Fest.
Georgia. You guys, would you come to Georgia?
Oh
Thinking
wait,
about Amarillo or hot in what's Dallas Fort Worth? Is that Dallas Fort Worth? I have a nephew and a niece there that stay in Texas, so that could be a way. I mean, but Texas isn't even that far. I mean, it's farther than it's not as far as like Arizona or
Amarillo
San
nights
Diego.
in the '60s.
I think Texas from my place is what but 10 hours, about 10 hours.
So
Do you know?
what is Dominique? What is Amarillo known for? Do you know?
But we could go to Austin or that's Texas. You mean like what is they known? Like I don't know.
What is Amarillo known for? She says, like, do
Nice.
they have a lot of camping?
Oh, Amarillo night. Oh, Amarillo nights in the '60s. Woo, that sounds good. I
Yeah,
think '60s is good because '70. I mean, anything '70s would
I
be.
love the '70s.
Yeah, '70s would be comfortable, but at night that's not freezing
Listen,
though.
lately I've been listening to a lot of Michael Jackson and
Hmm.
a lot of Earth, Wind and Fire.
Hmm.
Like the vibe I get from their music is just like
I like
off.
Earth, Wind, and Fire. Okay. So is that where you going to stay, Dominique? I thought Amarillo has a lot of camping and it's dry heat. We used to humid. Y'all know it's so
Okay,
humid.
has a lot of camping. Okay, you
Is
know
it
I really like
what?
it's this is not safety related, but I don't
Mm-hmm.
know what y'all's preference is, but I love camping in the like right before winter
Mm-hmm.
when the bugs are gone, the
You
critters are
always with the
gone.
birds.
Like I love when it's almost it's chilly, right? It's like
You
kind of
said my type
cold.
of music. I'm
It's
sorry.
kind of cold. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I love me some Earth, Wind and Fire
I do too, Earth, Wind, and Fire. I like MJ too.
and Michael
But you
Jackson. He's oh yeah. The song I never really because I grew up in a really strict home and we weren't allowed to listen to that kind of music. So
mm-hmm.
now I feel like a little kid. I feel like a little kid listening to this music now because now I'm really enjoying it. I'm like, look at what I missed out at.
You be in there dancing.
Look at what
You
I missed
be
out. So I've been dancing to
MJ.
uh what's his song called? Off the Wall.
Oh, off the wall.
Um
Cootie cute
Off
and
the Wall.
smoothies.
What
That's a
how's the
good
song go?
point.
Gotta
You
leave
be
that 9 to 5 up on the shelf.
oh yeah, off the wall. Okay.
Enjoy yourself.
Enjoy
Ooh.
yourself. I can't
So like
sing.
Huh? No, can I play a little bit of it?
I think we'll get. You can play a second. Yeah, go ahead.
Let's
Dominique
do it.
says, "Fall is perfect. Cooler. Kids in school means company is less crowded." I
Yeah.
do like it when it's cleared out because some of these campgrounds they like. And are you talking about off grid or are you talking about on campgrounds, Dominique? Only way I do off grid is when I'm with a group of people or like some friends because I don't like. I like to be paid in a campground, and I feel like it's really inexpensive because they let y'all pay. They let two car, two vans, or whatever pay off the wall. She playing off the wall. That's like exercise. I feel like
I,
I got a Michael Jackson shirt with the 80s
my
look.
favorite song, y'all. Let me tell y'all why this is my favorite song now for the season.
Okay.
Because when you go on YouTube and you see a whole bunch of people talking about quit your job,
This baby telling.
I don't have a toxic job, y'all. I'm thankful. I'm thankful that I don't have a toxic job. I enjoy teaching technology, and it's not a hard job, and I
Okay.
get paid well. So I don't hate my job, but I do have to remind myself to stay balanced.
Mm-hmm.
Don't overwork. Yada yada yada. So
That's
this
the
song from
key.
Michael Jackson is my reminder to leave that 9 to 5 up on the shelf and
But
just
let
get
me
to
ask you
working on
something before
yourself.
you play the song. So,
Ooh.
but it ain't just so. Do you have a non-disclosure? Because I know some people in your industry they have a non-disclosure. My like you can't what you put on social media, what you put on YouTube. So that may be an issue too. And sometimes it may not be necessarily toxic, but that's not the only thing. It could be toxic if you got an overseer. Like I never even when I wasn't the boss, I never called a person boss. I never had a
Mhm,
boss. I'm like, you ain't my
mhm,
boss. You might be
mhm.
I don't know. I'm thinking that. So I think that, and then so what about non-disclosure? Like, are you free to
I
create?
don't have a non-disclosure like that.
Okay, because some people aren't. And I know even
There
when I
are
was.
certain like I can't work in certain, like they do restrict, even though I work from home, I can't
Mhm.
work in just any country.
Well, that's deep. Too. I mean, that's not. That's okay. I think I could live with that
So
because
I
I'm
have
a
to take
U.S.
vacation
number.
if
Oh,
I want.
all campgrounds. Okay, I see what she's saying. She said all campgrounds. So that's why I see that 9 to 5 off the shelf. But then you're highly blessed because you are able to do remote. And so if I think people who can't do remote, or I think just in general, some
Mhm.
people may have like for me, the last job I had as a research associate, I didn't feel like it was toxic, but they did ask us like they were you can't post anything, even if it was not saying you wanted to, but just say
Yeah.
like political and it's your account. I was a contractor at that, and they're just like, no, and that's why I didn't like that part of it. But I felt that it was all good though.
Because I've been reflecting on the idea of, because there's tons of people on YouTube saying I quit my job,
They do.
and they're happy, and I'm like, I've already done that. Like I remember when I was full blown working at Walt Disney World, and
You worked at Walt Disney.
I worked at Walt Disney World for a good chunk, and it was decent experience. But when I
You feel
quit
like you would quit that job
to help my husband uh
business.
with the business,
Okay.
right?
Mm-hmm.
But so I've already been through that. I know what that feels like.
Okay.
So that doesn't appeal to me. I have a good job. It's remote. If I wanted to come see Frankie right now, I could
She
work on the
has.
road
She
and hang
has.
out with Frankie and
She
work
has.
basically at the
She
same time.
has.
But I feel like if the word toxic, everybody has to define what that means. Is it the people? Is it the hours that you're putting in? Yada yada yada. So I don't want to get off on that
I don't
topic.
want to get off of that, but I would say that's a good point to our friend, our virtual friend. That's actually I don't know if you know that. That's actually that's one of the words she uses in the title of her book. But I think it would be more helpful to maybe because it's not really her book is not really just about. I don't know if you even knew that it was her
I
title.
wasn't even thinking about that.
Yeah, you didn't even. But I was just saying that not to get off, and then we're gonna play your song. But I think it would be better to say if you have a non-disclosure or you have a person that micromanages. So it's not everybody may have good work situations, or if you're not even free to travel. So I just that's a good point though. I just that's made something that I may bring up to because I this is
Because
something
you
totally
can get caught up in the movement, and then you're looking at your
yeah.
situation, and you're like, wait a minute,
It's not that though.
I don't think I
It's
need
not
to
that.
quit.
But it's just like
I think my job is a means
mm-hmm,
to an end.
mm-hmm,
Meaning, I want to be debt free before I quit
okay,
any job. Right?
yeah.
It doesn't make sense to me. For
Yeah.
me, for
I
somebody
think that's
else,
why, you know
for
what, though, see,
somebody
you
else who's
got my
really
brain
stressed,
spinning. Yeah, you
yeah,
got my
they might
brain
need to
spinning.
quit now if you're really stressed
Mm-hmm.
and it's causing issues for your health and all that other stuff. But
Mm-hmm. I
they
agree, but I
have
think
to
there
do
are some people that are where you at, where they okay with it. Like, you know, they okay with it's not like you said, it may not be toxic, but it's still just if it's a non-disclosure, if it's somebody who micromanages, if you don't feel free. I mean, like
yeah,
I don't want to like, you know, if you don't feel free, and it is different situations where you might not want to leave or oh, you said you looking for a remote. What it do? You know, our link is for you.
remote work is where it's at.
But
I mean,
that's what let me see who
tell
just
y'all,
said
if
that.
y'all want to get into remote work, get a
Dominique
technical
is looking
skill,
for a
do
remote.
a technical skill, do something
They
technical.
got a thing. Fia is in IT. They got. Can you? Is that a string to come up? That's what it do. DG.
Hey, what it do? What
I'm
it
trying
do?
to
What it
bring
do?
her up. I'm trying. I hope this is the
Do
right link. I
thinking.
just put it up. Some people that want
What
to
it
come
do?
up. We
What it
like
do? What it do?
what it do.
What
That's
it
our
do?
friend. That's our other
Come on, girl.
traveler.
What it do? What it do? What it
That's
do?
our other
What it
traveler.
do?
I
DG.
know.
Come on, girl.
Come on up. We need you. We need you. So remote. There's a lady, y'all. I'm not a what do you call it? I'm not an affiliate or anything, but I hear they talk about she has like a remote package to help you find a remote job. I know
Oh,
some of these remote companies they cost though, like even Flex Jobs or remote.io. It's like, let
mhm.
me see what your site is about before I even, you know, because my son is he where DG at? Did I send him the right?
Hey, Dominique,
Yay!
what kind of work are you interested in? What kind of work do you are
Who
you?
said that? Dominique. She said looking for remote work too. What are you interested in, Dominique? That's what Fia is asking. Hey, I gotta put her. I gotta add her on
It's
stage.
hard
Hold on.
finding stuff these days.
What
Hey,
it
what it
do,
Hey,
Gigi? That's
hey.
our buddy, y'all. She traveled. Her and Fia have traveled together. They claim I didn't
Yes.
show up.
South Carolina.
Yeah, and the
yes.
Kadojo form. Tell them that form. I have to acknowledge that.
Cadogo Farms in
How
South
is
Carolina,
how
Georgetown, South
how
Carolina.
is that going? How's she doing? How's the farm?
She's doing good. As a matter of fact, Tina with Brace Nomad just left there. They're
She
doing
did.
well over there.
Did
Cool. I
you
know
did you hook up with
she
Tina?
finished her tiny
I
house.
did hook up with Tina, and we went in town to Charleston for a quick visit and walked downtown on a rainy day.
Did you? Did you
Yeah.
pack up your SUV and or your van, or did you do overnight, or you just came on
No,
back?
we just did a day trip, but
Okay.
actually I have been so this year I plan to get out more
Yes.
around where I am, and I found a really nice campground in the is Francis Marion National Forest, and it's called
How
Buck
did you put
Hall.
it down? What's it called?
Francis Marion.
Would you
It's
type
in
it?
the
Oh,
it's in the Francis Marion National Forest, and the
okay.
actual campground is called Buck Hall.
Buck Hall. Let me. I'm trying to put that in my phone.
Yeah,
What?
it's really really nice, and it's on the water.
Oh, Frank. Okay.
Nice. So where is that again? What
I
state?
know we can't get it. We
So
can't.
it's right here in South Carolina. It's right in between Charleston and Myrtle Beach, and it's
Ooh,
about 30 minutes from where I am in Georgetown.
okay.
I can't
So
spell Frank.
you can go to Charleston. I think it's about 30 minutes. Well, probably about 45 minutes to Charleston.
Mhm.
So you can go to Charleston and visit and walk around. It's probably an hour and a half from there
Mhm.
to Myrtle Beach. So you can go to Myrtle Beach and see all the things in Myrtle Beach if you haven't been there. So
Oh,
it's actually in a really good location. And the campground itself is really, really beautiful on the water, very quiet.
oh,
Mhm.
Buck Hall. Is that what you said? Buck Hall. I'm gonna have to look it
Yeah,
up. I would have
yeah,
to
Yeah.
look it up.
definitely.
Cool.
Definitely.
Definitely.
Dominique answered. She said, "I can
Um,
do anything business management related." We're talking
business
about
business management.
Danette. We're talking about what it do. DG. She has a channel,
Oh,
y'all.
so you might want to do what do they call those remote virtual assistant,
Virtual
maybe
assistant would be really good for that.
business
Is that what you're
management.
talking about? But yeah, she said I've done business management and related. I know it's a lady
There's
that
a lot of virtual assistant advertisements out there.
you
Get
see in advertisements.
contracts. Um,
There, it's a whole site, but I guess
And I
this
think
site.
you can also even get like on Fiverr and Upwork and uh,
One
market
of my
yourself
students.
as a marketer or whatever, but also, make sure you get your socials out there and get people seeing you.
Or LinkedIn, even on that. Even on.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us about yourself, though, Dominique. We got a few people on here. I mean, not Dominique. I'm talking about Danette. What it do, DG? Tell us your story.
Gee.
So I don't know what you want me to tell you. So
Well, you
a
started. Well,
couple years ago,
yeah.
yeah, a couple years ago, I started out. I camp out of my SUV. I also now have a tent.
You got a tent. She was just saying
I
we
got a
can't.
tent now.
Is it a big one or?
It's a big one for. I'm gonna tell you something about tents. If it says, because I think that one is actually like a 4-person tent.
Mm-hmm.
I fit very comfortably in it by myself.
Well, the boot
Me and
camp.
my partner, once we
Okay.
put everything in a bigger, blow up bed and all that stuff, it got real small real fast.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
if it says 4-person, probably
Yeah.
one person in a very small bed can fit in there comfortably.
Mhm.
You want to get probably double the size of whatever you're gonna want to get.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's that. I learned that was a huge learning curve real fast. Because when
Yeah.
I camped by myself, it was very, very comfortable for just me. I had plenty of room left over, but when it was the two of us, like I said, it got real small real fast.
Yeah. And that's what
Yeah.
I was saying earlier about going from the minivan to the Class B.
We were
Minivan
talking about what's the
work.
difference. The size matter. Like, 'cause
It's harder to work 2 people into that.
yeah, it is. I think too, though. Like to her point, maybe get the larger tent. I wouldn't sleep unless I was with a partner. I would not sleep in the tent by myself because I'm too chicken. I used to do it a bit briefly, even with my husband and kids. I would make them. I would play like I was gonna sleep in the tent, but I had no intention to sleep. I was sitting in the SUV with the seat back like this. I had no intention of
I said the
being-
same thing that you said. I said I would never do it, but we had gotten it last year because we had planned on going to a beach in Texas because you
Okay.
can camp on the beaches in Texas, and
Okay.
we never did get a chance to go. Yes,
Ooh,
girl.
I did it in San Diego on the beach.
And then so it's been in storage this whole time. So when I went out last month by myself, I went on ahead and took it and set it up, and it was actually pretty easy because that was what I was stressing out the most.
Yeah.
But
Oh.
it wasn't that bad as long as you set it up right. Because of the way that the campsite is set up, I couldn't sleep. Well, I could sleep in my car, but then I didn't have my window coverings, and I don't like being that wide open.
Yeah.
But
Do you have a tent though in your car? Did you have tent?
no, it was right outside the car, like maybe, I don't know, 15 steps or something. It wasn't that
Okay.
far away.
Okay.
So if I had gotten nervous, I was ready to take my bed and run in my car.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now
I
is your
was ready.
tent kind that it's like you can just pull it and it pops out, or is it something?
No, so you got to do
Understand
the
the
poles
plan.
and all of that. But like I said, it's actually pretty easy. It's not that bad at all.
Okay.
Dominique is asking what's the name. She's in a van too, so she travels around. She's in Texas, but she said, "What's the name of your tent?" Do you know the
You
name?
would ask me, and it's in the shed right now. You know what? While we're on this feed, I will go out in the shed and I will look for it
Nice,
for
okay.
you.
I do need to. I got a like I left like some of our older tents with my ex. I was like, it's all dirtied out. You know how like a tent get all smelly and old. So I need something newer. Like I don't want my stuff that we had in the past. I guess I could access it, but I'm gonna do like you and go get me a small. And a 2-person tent would work for me because it's.
Yeah.
But that
It's
would just
fun.
be.
It's fun camping on the beach. I really got to take.
I did that too. Remember, I had my little.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a trip to Texas because I didn't know. Can you camp overnight in Texas?
You can't in
So here's the thing: in Texas, you can camp on a beach in any location for like 3 days, and if you just move like a few
Did you
feet,
hear that,
you can stay
Dominique?
another 3 days. When I first started out, I stayed on the beach in North Island.
I think you froze up. You froze.
So I wonder if people actually live that way, right? Because you can literally stay on the beach for 3 days and then you move to a different location.
But
And-
you know,
in another
so
3
she
days.
said you could stay overnight. So like in San Diego, you can't stay overnight. We had the tent up on the beach, and then we just got and he had a car, so he and then he just got it. He just sat in the front seat of my van. I'm like, did I tell you to get in my van? But anyway, but we camped on the beach, and then I had a friend come down in San Diego, and she says she has a minivan, and we camped at La Jolla Beach in San Diego for like a week. We stayed there
Okay.
till like 10 o'clock at night. Then we went and camped in the $1 Million Home neighborhood. They didn't even buy. They said everybody can camp. We were like a minute. I was like, yeah, so we camped too. So, but I
Yeah.
want to go to Texas. You hear that, Dominique? She said that we can. Hi, I can't even say the name. Hey, what's up?
Not
I
Ellie
can't even say FK. You changed the end part of your sexy yellow. She changed the end part of her name. What's up? LXNC FAA.
See, and that's what I like about Texas. Dominique says in Texas you can sleep in your vehicle anywhere. Overnight parking is allowed.
That's why I'm
You know
coming up
what?
there.
I need to spend more time in Texas.
That's why I'm gonna come. I was like, I'm looking for where I want to go. I'm gonna put your whole name.
And Bob, what's his name?
Wells.
Bob Wells was talking about the whole really cheap boondocking places too.
Where at in Texas?
It was in Texas.
Why should it be cheap? Shouldn't it be free?
I forget what they're called. They're like,
what's it called?
They're managed. They're managed boondocking places. You
there
can
was
stay 14 to 30 days, I think.
In
it's
Texas?
Like cheap, like $20 or something.
There's a man there.
Staining.
Really? I'm gonna Google that too, or put it in the chat.
Yeah.
What video was that?
I'm gonna look up the video and share it.
And yeah, and put it up here. We can pull it up. Click for more layouts or something. How do I let Danette present? I don't know. Oh, she said, "Oh, let's be the Amarillo." Okay, let me Google how long Amarillo is from here. Wait a second. I'm Googling it, Dominique. Which it ain't gonna matter how long, but
there were specific kinds of parks.
It's specific kind of parks for you, because I agree with directions.
It's a boondocking park, and I can't remember the name that he used.
You know, that was one of his recent videos. There's a man that has a from Cincinnati to Amarillo, Texas. Okay, it's 16 hours. That's only 1,100. Why Amarillo though? Oh, she's saying Ozark. Did you see that? Ozark are the name, the ones that everybody gets. The Ozark. Do you, Dominique? And you got to hit me up on the. Do you you don't stay in Texas? Do you? I know the show. It's beautiful outside. Look at their sky. What's going? Amarillo is just someplace you like. DJ, you see our beautiful sky out there, y'all?
I can't find the video.
I'll Google it. Remember, there was a repair shop in Texas, though, y'all. You could stay on there and people could work on your vans. It was I didn't like the way that place looked. I don't know.
You talking about the court site?
Not in Quartzsite. There was a place in Texas that there's a man. He opened up his land to. I even called him and stuff. He was like, "Sure, come on up." And I was like,
"Oh, you know what? Arizona. It's in Arizona, not Texas."
Oh, long-term living.
It's like a long-term living.
Yeah,
the LTV site.
site.
Yeah. I was amazed that you could like stay there for
like 14 days or something like that.
For like $20-$30.
Yeah.
My friend Mitt stayed on one of those.
And the only thing is you can't. The Wi-Fi. I heard the Wi-Fi is not so good.
I don't like that because how you gonna work?
Right. Well, I was thinking you just go to a Starbucks during the day.
Yeah, my friend. I got a friend right there. Who Hey man, I'm interested in the weather. Oh, the weather. Oh, it's cooler temps and very low humidity. Oh, okay. That's why she was saying go to Amarillo.
Okay. So
how long are you there now? Or how long you might be there? And then we'll talk more too.
We should do a meetup, y'all.
You should.
Frankie, Joy Route should plan a meetup. Come on.
We just see Joy Route. You just take the route. It ain't really no plans. It's just like let's go. Like let's just go to Texas because that's what I do. I just get in the van.
Okay, right. So Dominique can plan it. Dominique,
tell us to come. How long you gonna be there?
In Amarillo.
Yes, we should meet up in Amarillo. How long would it? We should just say what day. What I mean, because me, I'll be sitting here one day.
Yeah, if y'all pick the day and time, I'll make it work.
What about the 4th of July? You look cute. Look at
Oh,
you.
see, 4th of July, I got the Essence
What
Fest.
it do,
I
DJ?
ride
You
my
look cute.
motorcycle.
Oh, that's 4th of
Thank
July.
you.
What have you been doing? Yoga and all kinds of life is treating you well.
Girl, I wish. I need to do some yoga.
I be walking. I go to the park, y'all. I swear it's like my therapy. Oh, she said, "Oh, you're about 5 hours away. So is your home base like Texas? I know you live in a vehicle or
Good idea.
van, but it's your. I'm asking Dominique. Like, is that your? You got like a home base, or is it just full time van? Maybe August. Maybe August. Because I do got a couple of little smaller things. Are you interested in coming near? We'll be miserable though.
I could do August
You can do
because I
August.
already
I can do August too.
yeah.
I could do August too. And then August, I might as well keep going because I'm going back out west. I
Oh,
was
you
planning,
are?
but I can't keep going. I was just thinking about that. I would have to. I still got to come back to Ohio, and then about like November, December, I can't do this winter. I'm not gonna do a cold winter.
Yeah, yeah.
I can do heat better. How do y'all keep y'all vehicles cool? I know Fia has. That's another thing about a pro. We didn't add that to your pro, Fia. In your class B, she got air conditioning. She got heat.
Oh, that's right. Well, y'all do too. Y'all just
Well, no, we have it if our car is running.
right. Okay, but technically, with a Class B RV or any RV, I for energy management, I kind of have to either be plugged in to short
Oh,
or no, I can run it.
I know you
But
can.
my engine needs to be running because it's not a good they they don't tell you this. You
But
don't
you just
they do tell you this, but a lot of people learn the hard way that you're not supposed to run that AC without the engine on because the engine has an alternator, a second
so it's
alternator.
not really like a Prius or something for lack
Yeah,
of a.
it's not yeah. It's I have the older version. I do not have the newer version of the Class B. Mine is a 2016 build
Oh,
out.
okay. Oh, I see what you're saying. You saying Dallas Fort Worth. I think that's Dallas Fort Worth with my family. I stay in my van, my own space. I know people be like, "Why are you here? You got this. You got this." My other cousin, who I was
Yeah,
like, "You
I
are
like
so
my own
mean."
space too.
She's like, "Just come here for 2 days." I'm like y'all don't
The
understand how
wrong
good I
people.
am in the van. Y'all understand that? Here, this is my room. This is my cousin's. I mean, I've been here every winter, and she just says this is my room forever. But it's still like I'm in here. I'm like the walls are closing in on me. Like I just feel like the walls are closing in. So
But you've been going to a lot of parks and walking.
I do. I go to parks all the time. I'm going today, and they be like, "It's so high. It's not high." I do need to get some different fans for my van. How do y'all keep yourself? How do you keep your van cool, Dominique?
Oh, I gotta get some power.
How do you? Oh, you got to get power. I know. I didn't even look to see
I
my
want
power.
to keep myself
How do you
on.
keep your or anybody? How do y'all keep your vehicle? Me, because heat doesn't bother me like it does other people. Now, Vegas heat bothered me. Like I was just like, this ain't even gonna work. I was in Vegas like in April and May, and it was like 100 degrees. I just remember getting in the like and going inside the park, and then I just had to go to the movies every day. Like I'm not even gonna lie, I just went to the movies and like the casinos every day. It was so hot, and so that's how I keep cool. If it's somewhere like Vegas, I'm just out of the van except at night. Are you in here, DJ? Oh, I ain't seen it. How you get out of there? How'd you get out,
I'm
DJ?
always hitting the wrong damn button.
How did you keep cool in your SUV?
So during the daytime, I would kind of be out of the SUV. It was kind of easier to just like you said, go to a park and I would sit outside and work um
Mm-hmm.
over the summer. Or if it was like 80 or less, I just open
Mm-hmm.
up all the windows
Yeah, I could do
and
80
sit
or
in
less.
there.
I
Yeah.
can do 80 or less.
But anything over that, I would just sit directly outside under a shade somewhere.
Okay, so that's how I do. Like in the van, Dominique was saying, lack of AC in my vehicle is why I want to get out of this area. Dallas Fort Worth is hot and humid. I keep my van cool with fans, USB, and finding low humidity coolers in the area. Mine is just like parking in the shade, like putting that sun visor in there. If it's under 80, I really can deal with it. I don't know why I can, but I can deal with it.
Yeah.
Just put a tank top on, the skippiest stuff I can deal with it. But I get out because when you're at the park, there's so many shaded areas. But the humidity here, it ain't no joke. Like it is real humid. We don't have like dry heat. We're humid here in Ohio as well. So, but the cold is what I couldn't do. So when I was in the van in the cold, I just had to get the winter room. That's why I'm here.
Listen, I had ended up getting a heated blanket that would work on my Jackery.
Did it work?
It did.
What's the watts of your Jackery? Because my heated blanket, it would get a little warmer, then it would stop. My Jackery could not do it.
So I have 1,000-watt Jackery.
Oh, mine is only 200. You got that was like $1,000. How much did you remember how much you paid?
I think I paid like $1,200 for it.
Woo, you hear that, y'all? She got it. Why can't they make something that's cooling? Why can't they make a cooling blanket? If you can make a heating blanket, you know what I mean? Like, why can't they make it?
They make a cooling blanket.
Well, work? Really? As I know, they have the cooling towels like you put over your neck and all of that stuff.
That stuff has it worked for
Amazon.
you?
I've never tried them.
Okay, because cooling towels, all that stuff don't work for me. But so that's how I can deal with the heat. I really can. I just stay. Yeah. Then if it's water, like you can do too. People don't know this, but you can go to hotels. Like they have some, and you can pay a fee, like a pool fee. It's really crazy, and you can do that. Or just a water park. I knew a girl in Vegas, Danielle. What was that one that caught herself on fire? I can't remember these van dwellers. One caught herself on fire. Y'all, this is serious. She was putting that buffer stuff in her truck, and she used that flammable, and it literally caught her on fire. Like seriously, I gotta check it. I can't think of her name though. Then she had a membership to a water park. Fia, when she was saying come here, we were going to go to Kings Island. Kings Island has a water park. You could buy a membership to a park, and I know you might think that's strange for an adult without no kids, but buy a membership to a amusement park. You know what I mean? It's cheaper than you could go get the water or the YMCA, of course. Y'all could do that. That's one way we could do it. You know. Buy a membership or go to you got a lot of hot springs there where you were at, Dominique, right? Like hot spring, like bodies of water. No,
Frankie, you didn't let me play my song.
Play it. Listen to her son. Listen to her son.
It's my favorite song.
I only play like 15 seconds of it. I don't know how long.
Okay.
This is her favorite song.
You think it's gonna get dinged? You think your live gonna get dinged?
It's probably gonna get dinged anyway.
You think so? No, I don't want to mess it up.
No, play some of it. We need that. We need that.
Music.
Yes.
Hey.
I got on my 80s shirt, y'all. Remember they used to wear the cut sleeves? I'm cutting all my shirts.
Listen, I cut all my t-shirts like that at this point.
Yes. Okay, because they look girly. I'm cutting all my stuff into the sleeveless. I'm cutting.
Yes, I will buy a brand new shirt and cut it all up.
That's what I'm saying. I'm going to my store. I'm cutting them up because it makes you look so cute. You know what I mean? It's like, like, who does that? I'm like, me. I'm cutting.
So how you cut it? How you cut it? Because I want that too.
So this one I bought this one. This was not really me cutting it, but I do have a shirt that I just cut the side off and it drops off on the shoulder, like kind of like a sexy look. This ain't it. I bought this one. No, but I ain't mad no more. You cut the shoulder off.
I'm eating my
what is that? Pork skins. I like barbecue pork rinds. I like crackling. When you cut it, you make it.
I love anything crunchy.
Sweetie Pie's doing the music sounds. I know.
I haven't had chicharrones in so long.
I love that song. Gotta leave that 9 to 5 up on the shelf.
That's what you do. You leave it on the shelf. Just enjoy yourself.
I've been dancing. That's my theme song for 2024.
I've been actually working somewhere and I'm ready to hang it up.
Have you? See, that's what she's talking about with toxic. You've been working 9 to 5.
5 to midnight, and I'm about done.
Woo!
So what were you doing? What were you doing for work?
So I'm bartending at a local bar restaurant in town, and it was really good to learn what I wanted to learn because I wanted to learn how to bartend. Because if you know how to sling drinks, you can do that anywhere.
I do bartending.
So
you can adopt it. Off the Wall by Michael Jackson.
She said she's gonna leave that on the shelf. I'll be like, 1 drink for you and 1 for me. After that,
I swear some days I need it.
I'll be like a lemon drop for you.
You know,
A lemon drop
I
for me.
thought about, I thought about actually quitting my job once I consider myself debt free, quitting my job
I'm
and
bartending.
doing like
Bartending.
on the road stuff.
You can
Like
do all the road
pick up
stuff.
a job at a park, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
travel from park to park and just
Mm-hmm.
do that.
Yeah.
You could do camp hosting. Remember, they offered me the only thing is the camp hosting wasn't paid. I like what Danette do, and I've done that. I've done wine and beer pours. I was a bartender at a golf course. I ain't never shared that, but that was one of my jobs where I just wanted some money and some tips. You know what I mean? It's like one of those jobs like, and
Yeah, if you find a good place, you can make some pretty good money pretty fast. And then, if you know how to save your money and do what you need to do, take off a couple of months and then get another job.
get
As
something
I
like that.
figured,
Are your
whenever
tips good? Do you like your tips at the job, or it's just the people, the drunks, the what?
I love the people, like, because when I feel like I want people, like, because after you're there for a little while, you kind of get your regular. So, you enjoy seeing people that, you see all the time. I have one guy, he comes in like almost every day.
Okay.
And then I have another guy, he's kind of a traveler a little bit. So he goes back and forth to Atlanta and he goes to some other places or whatever. But he comes in every once in a while. There's several of them. But I love the people. I mean, it's kind of, building a little bit of a community or whatever, and you have somebody to talk to. And I'm not telling the same story over and over again, because when I tell people, they'd be like, "Are you from here?" "No, I'm from Houston." "How the hell did you get here?"
Oh, they asked that. They asked. So you say you like kind of new people.
Yeah.
But are the regulars the tippers, though? Are the regular people?
Yeah.
See?
Yeah, your regulars are going to be your best tippers.
Mm-hmm.
So how hard is it to remember all the drinks that you have to make?
It's not, because it's pretty consistent. So like you'll pretty much find like people kind of actually get the same things.
Okay.
So it's really not that hard. I make so many margaritas, it's crazy.
Yeah, like something like that. But if they say some stuff, they do not know. And lemon drops, different drinks are very different. I've never heard a person, maybe every blue moon, they'll say, "This is not that." But other than that, you just use your best.
Yeah. Have you made a Russian, a white Russian?
I have.
Okay.
I've made a couple of them.
Creamy vodka.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah. They are very good.
Okay. So
I had to try it. I recently had a dark and stormy, and that was pretty good. They were like, "That's the drink the sailors drink." I was like, "Well, damn it, I need to be drinking
What's it called? A dark and stormy.
Dark and stormy.
I like that sound. And the sailors, yeah, you have to. I think she's saying put my van in the storage. Oh, while she's abroad. Dominique said she's thinking about traveling abroad.
Oh yeah, where you going abroad? Tell us where you're going. What country or continent?
Yeah, I would be I'm kind of nervous. Oh, she's saying chicken ready. I didn't know she was still here. That's my cousin. I wouldn't mind. Like, because I see all those videos from Mexico, even though I've been to Cancun, I kind of been thinking about going back to Mexico. But I'm scared. With all this trouble, we should jump on a flight, though.
Y'all. Even though I've been hearing about people getting their vans taken away. And
I just saw where, what is it, Tamia and whatever, they just got their van confiscated.
But what's
going on?
Did they really? I mean, what's the story behind that? There were some other people in our group talking about that. Like, we're in this travel group, a co-working group. Did it really?
I don't know. I didn't see the next segment of what had happened, but like it was been a whole situation. Like, it's 3 videos long at this point. I think 3 or 4 videos long at this point.
Look at
it don't. I know the last time I watched it, it don't look like they're finna get their van back from them.
Oh, wow.
If they want them to pay all this money, that's just ridiculously crazy.
That's
And I know there was lawyers involved or whatever too.
Yeah, that's one of the things
I'm scared about Mexico. She said,
"Oh, sorry."
She just said Dominique is saying she wouldn't drive her van in Mexico. She said she's lived in 7 countries, Fia.
Yeah, I saw that.
7 countries.
Congratulations, Dom.
Y'all know Antoinette. Remember Antoinette, that van dweller?
Yeah.
Remember what happened to them in their vans in Mexico? They kept getting stuck. It was just too much. They tax you, so please come. It really is not no rules like here, it's A or it's B. Do I have to pay for this or do I have to pay for that? I don't like places where they can kind of
But that's every country.
Not here, because you're not doing it to me in America.
Right. But a lot of the foreign countries, if they smell money, oh, they're gonna
They
be
come after you.
bribing. They're gonna be bribing you to keep you out of trouble. The traffic cop, if he thinks that not giving you a ticket and getting $50 from you directly into his pocket.
See, that's why I'm
That's what they're
scared to
gonna do.
go. I mean, I've traveled abroad, obviously, but I'm not. I won't go places now because I don't want to be. And like in Jamaica, I was detained, and I thought like because in Jamaica we was having fun, and I was like, is this? I didn't know what was the problem. And then they took me to a hospital, like in the airport, and I had to pay $60. And I'm like, what am I even being?
Why am I paying? Yeah.
Why am I even at the hospital? And then I was thinking, like, somebody got some marijuana. I didn't know what was going on. They so I don't like places that make up their own. Well, you don't know. You don't know what's going on.
And that's a really good topic too. Safety
right.
in another country.
Yeah.
As a solo female. Yeah. Traveler.
Not knowing.
I've never gone to another country by myself.
I haven't yet gone by myself, but my day will come.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm scared.
I mean, you have several people that travel alone by themselves. I know I watched one girl, I think she's like Polish or something. I can't even remember. I'm on my phone, so I can't remember her name. I can never remember her name. She just kind of pops up in my feed whenever she makes something new. But she's traveled, God, so many places by herself. And then there was another Asian girl that I used to watch, and she travels Canada. I think she's back in Australia now too. They're overlanders.
They're what now?
They're overlanders, and I think it makes a difference. The vehicle, I don't know, but I think it makes a difference. The vehicle. I feel like if you have a van, especially the big Sprinter vans and all of that, I feel like they feel like you got more money.
Yes, I think,
and then you get caught up that way too when you.
So are they driving, Danette? Are they driving to different countries?
Yeah.
Oh,
okay. So I know the girl Ava Zubek. That's the one.
Where does she
so she had driven, as a matter of fact, she did part of Europe. She had come to America by way of Canada, I think. Okay. And then she did part of Canada, drove through America, and went down from Mexico and part of South America and all of that. I don't think she completed her journey all the way down south. She went back. But I know she drives, one of the old Land Rovers that you can get overseas that you can't get here unless you have like $50,000.
Oh God!
Yeah, the same price as a brand new damn car.
I know.
Wow.
I thought about doing van life in another country, but what I would do is I'd fly into that country
and then rent a van.
Like even Mexico, I would fly into Mexico, rent something, and go camping. Yeah. And it would be very minimalist because anything that I bought for the van would be, I'd have to give it away.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be bringing it all back home.
I would get confused with the roads. Like I know being in Jamaica, there were no lines on the roads, and you can go over cliffs. I'm so chicken. And people say, "Well, how can you live in a van? You so chicken." But I am chicken with other countries. Dominique was saying the U.S. is more dangerous than a lot of other countries. It is, but it's like in the U.S. If it's a crook, if the law is crooked, you're like, "Wow, that ain't right." You know what I'm saying? You kind of know your rights. But she's correct. I do think it's more of a dangerous place, more corrupt, or just as corrupt, I should say. But I feel like I know these devils here in America. Like I know if I'm driving here, you don't have a right to do that. Now, if you do it, that's something different. But I think that's the point. But I am feeling Mexico though, y'all. What y'all thinking? I've been feeling that lately. I don't know why.
I mean, I would love to go in overland Mexico 100%.
Is it called overland Mexico?
So because I do it out of my SUV, I guess it kind of falls into the category of overlanding.
Drive there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I would love to drive there.
So our streets.
I know. Huh?
Is it like, because do they have streets in American English or what is it? I don't understand.
So when you get there, their highways and streets, it's in kilometers, but our cars have the kilometers as well as miles. So it's a really easy transition. When I went to Tulum a couple of years ago, we had flown there, but we rented a car and I did the driving.
On your videos. Go watch
I
her
did the
video.
driving, and actually, it was really easy.
Well,
I didn't have any issues there at all.
how do you understand Spanish streets?
I
Oh,
mean,
nice.
it's the same. I mean, it's the same as when you're in America, you put it in a GPS and
Mhm.
you just follow the GPS. That's all.
Okay, because I would be all, but I would be, I don't know. If somebody else would drive, I think it would be okay. But I think and I can't get on a scooter. That would be added up. A scooter
Why
would.
not? Why
I
can't
ain't
you get
getting
on
my
a scooter?
fat on no scooter.
Girl,
Like
I love my scooter.
I am not getting on
All
no
my
scooter.
hips and all my butt
I
and
cannot.
everything else. I
All
love
of it.
my scooter.
I'll be scared. She said
I
she.
Listen, just do it. The
who's
only
that?
the
Who
only
that?
way to get over that fear is
She
just
need
to
to
do
come
Who
it.
up,
wrote that
Dominique. She
song? Who
said,
wrote that song called
"What?
Take Up Space"?
What is it? Something called
Ooh.
take up space?
Take Up Space, y'all. Y'all need to
Well,
listen
yeah,
to
we
that
can
song.
take up space, but I want to be able to be safe on
Take
space.
up
I
Take Up
want
Space.
to be able to be safe with the space.
Take Up
Dominique said,
No, the song is called Take Up Space, sis.
"I'll
And
take
it's by Tony Jones. I'm gonna put it in the chat.
I like that. Take up. I like the name of it. I
Take Up
want
Space.
Dominique to come up. You can block your camera out, Dominique. I want you to tell us about Japan and your travels. She's gonna come up. She's like, forget that. But I want to know. You've been some interesting places. I rented a camper van in Japan. I would be scared. Like, well, Japan is not. It's an Asian country, but it's not. I would never go to. Was it South Korea? I think it's South Korea. It's not North Korea. I wouldn't go to any. I wouldn't go to Korea. I would even go. I would be scared to go to Japan. Scared to go to. I wouldn't go to China. I did have a cousin that went to Japan, and he had a nice time and brought out good, like drinks. They have really, really good, drinks. I wouldn't go. Yeah, I'm a chicken. People say you eat chicken living in a van. No, not here.
I mean, you gotta go sometimes just for the experience, you know.
Oh,
I
I
mean, but
know.
that's when you're nervous about it. I think that's when, like, it'd be great to have, somebody with you, like you
I
take a
do.
group of people or whatever. You know what I'm
I
saying, rather
do.
than solo traveling.
I'm a public.
So where we gonna
Like,
meet up, y'all?
we're gonna do
Amarillo?
it in Texas.
What we
Yeah, we're
doing?
going to Amarillo.
Let me know. I'm ready for a road trip.
Exactly. I gotta get on the road in a minute. Fia's supposed to have her butt down here, but I think I'm gonna go up to Mineral,
I'm
Ohio.
gonna
I
have to
don't
come
know.
see you after the Essence Fest. The
Yeah,
Essence Fest
I
is
might be at the
July
Essence Fest, but
4th.
is that a music fest? I might go down there.
When is that?
July 4th through the 7th.
What
I
do you
ain't
think
got
about
you.
New
How
Orleans.
far are you from Essence Fest?
New
How
Orleans.
far?
Oh, you said you're in a public place. Okay. Oh, I see what you're saying. Oh, I get it, Dominique. Like you're in a pub, like a coffee shop or something.
Oh yeah, we could meet at the
And
Essence
Sweetie
Fest.
Pie said I would only visit Mexico by plane or cruise. That's how it would me. I wouldn't drive my vehicle either because I couldn't understand how to get around. Um, even though Danette, what it do, DG? Yeah, y'all need to go check out. I remember when she went to Mexico with her with Brave Nomad and all of them. I remember when you went to Mexico. I remember.
Yeah.
I definitely
I'm
remember your
actually
video.
about to go back again on a cruise
Are you? How
in
much?
November.
I didn't even know they had cruises. I'm anxious to jump to
So it
go.
depends on, and the thing that we're learning is the cruise prices, they change very often and very quick, so you have to catch it at the right time. But we're actually locking down one with Royal, and like the internal cabins, I think are 500.
Is that for but the cruise itself is how much? You're there. No, you're
That's
not there.
everything.
That's a good damn deal. That's a really good deal.
That is a really good deal.
And it's in Mexico, but you got to fly to Mexico. You got to get your ticket.
So I only got to get myself to Houston, and then we'll ship out of Houston and go to Mexico. And then this
Oh,
one
that
is
sounds
actually
doable.
8 days, and then we'll come back.
Yeah, that sounds like that. That sounds really really good. A cruise. That's what Sweetie Pie is on here. She said I would only visit Mexico by a plane or a cruise. I know that's right. Cause my car gets stuck down there. They take my vehicle, and then I'm gonna be in a Mexican jail. Cause I'm gonna be like, you ain't taking my vehicle. You gonna take me and my vehicle? And they be
You
like,
know
fine.
what? Since we didn't got way off track.
Well, I know.
Let me ask y'all something. Does it bother y'all when y'all see people eating on camera? How do y'all feel? How
Oh,
do y'all feel about videos where people eat on camera? I want
I'm
to
gonna
know.
let somebody else answer.
Actually, I'm going to make my lunch before I go to work.
What you
Okay. Go ahead. I'm gonna let them answer. Y'all answer. Let Sweetie Pie and Dominique answer because you know how I feel about it. I don't like mukbang eating people on camera.
I don't mean mukbang. I mean just eating
Like a little snatch.
while you're doing a live or while you're doing a YouTube video.
I'm gonna let them answer.
Y'all let us know how y'all feel about people eating on camera.
To tell me, my grandmother.
You know what? I think if somebody is smacking, that would bother
it's gross.
I think if somebody was smacking, it would bother me. But if they're just crunching and they close their mouth,
I do think it's a way to eat too. Yeah, I do think it's a way to eat. I drink on camera like my water in a Gatorade bottle. How tacky is that?
Well,
I know.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I know. I think that, like you said, some people just. I'm so used to the mukbang community, and it's just like, oh.
Yeah, I don't really watch the mukbang unless it's something I'm interested in eating. I'm like, I want to know whether they thought it was good.
It was a couple of people that I followed, and just because I like the way they turn their I don't care, whatever worked for me on camera though. She said it wouldn't work for her on camera though. She said that she don't care. Like for me, how you eating your whatever you're eating, you're just like eat them discreet. But I'm like a smacker cruncher, so it would be just too out of it or whatever like that. But no, with the mukbang community, I like how they've turned their channels into like businesses. Not everyone, and I don't watch everyone. But how they'll create like a sauce or some other offshoot of their product. So like how us, we being travelers, if we had an offshoot product, like I do have offshoot, I have a course and I have a book, which really didn't do well as my other products have done, but I do have a course and a book. So I like watching them for how they've turned their YouTube channels into making them money. And that's one of the ways you're able to travel too. It's like and then remotely. So that's the part of it. I found like 3 or 4 of them that I like. Oh, Sweetie Pie said not at all. Well, come on up, Sweetie Pie, bring something. If I ask, I just ate my.
What do you mean, Sweetie Pie? Not at all. You saying
she said it doesn't bother her? I guess like not at all.
You don't like to eat on camera, or you don't like to see people eat on camera?
She said not at all. Like I guess you said if it bothers you, and she said not at all. Bother her.
Oh, okay, I got you. Thank you, Frankie. I didn't know what she meant by that.
Oh. Yeah, like not at all.
Yeah, I think, and that's what I say. It doesn't bother me either.
Yeah,
as long as the person is not like.
But then, and see, I watch, and there's a couple of people I watch too that aren't even mukbangers. They in the van space, and I'm like, I smack like this. Even when I talk, I go, I can't. That just drives me. So I do that. Like, well, I don't realize I'm talking like that, but that drives me crazy. So that's why I don't. But. If I ever had something good, who knows? I might.
You gonna bartend today? What it do, DG?
Yeah, I actually am getting ready. I'll leave here probably about 20 minutes to head that way.
She's laughing. Do your feet hurt bartending?
They did at first. Now it doesn't bother me as much. I mean, like with anything, you kind of get used to it.
Yeah, so. I drove a bar cart, and I would be indoors sometimes. I drove a bar cart, like drove around the golf course. Lost. I was terrible with and then the Bloody Marys. I just learned that I couldn't, because on the bar cart, you were limited to drinks. One of the big drinks was the Bloody Mary.
Oh yeah, that's the more drink. I don't make too many, but I can do it.
I just learned to do, and basically it was like the little bottles of liquor. You just poured in their Coke. Just
okay. Yeah,
it was just like you can't do much on a bar cart. But then when I would go in, I'm just like, I'm just gonna do my best. I didn't, and I never was ever caught out on nothing. My friend had a little bar in the hood, and so she just showed me how to I never had any formal training of bartending, so.
Yeah, so I wanna. So now that I feel like I know a little bit, I wanna find out information, because there are traveling bartenders that do festivals and concerts and stuff like that. And that's what I'm trying to find out now, is how to get into that, so that I can start moving around a little bit more.
Or he would be okay, or your partner would be okay with. How would that work though? Come with you, or?
So I think sometimes I would probably bring him with me, and then sometimes he would stay. But for the most part, I would probably go out for by myself, for a few days or maybe even a week, and come back, because he has his own projects here. So he's retired, but not retired.
Okay.
He kind of works around the community and stuff.
And
So
does stuff like that. He does what
yeah.
he does too. Who is Van Leefer? Are you saying Viola? I mean, they cook. Like I was watching Camper Van Kevin or something. Not Camper Van Kevin. No, not Static Man or something. Static Van something. And he cooks stuff, but he just looks like take a bite or he'll like drink his coffee. It's just not. I smack. I just do not like smack because my grandmother always taught me don't smack, and so and I smack,
Hmm.
and she
I
was
can't
smacking
do
your
smack.
mouth and you
Yeah,
were
though.
smacking.
When it's real
I
good, it's
can't even sit across from somebody that's smacking. I'll lose my
I know,
appetite and
and
walk
then you
away.
be mad at me
I
because I do
can't.
smack. That's why I don't like to eat. My friends will be like, "Why did you eat?" And I'd be like, and I can't enjoy my food unless I eat real ugly and smack. Like you got to be like lobster grease, you know. I can't enjoy my stuff, so I just tend to like, okay, we're gonna go eat. I'll have my stuff, and I'll eat it because I'll be greedy and
I
smacking and
know,
all.
especially if it's a Boston cream pie
You be
donut,
like, mm. And
girl.
me and Thea, we were in Georgia. It was
Mm,
his carnival truck, and she's like, well, let's just split it. We had like 20 things from this truck.
it was so good. It was so good.
Yeah,
Do not
in
apologize
videos.
for enjoying food. No
That's who I
more.
like. I
No
like him. I
more.
just started watching him more recently. That Danette. I mean, yeah, not Danette. Dominique. You ever heard of camper van, static camper van, or whatever? I like his vibe. He's real laid back. He's not like over the top. He just does like a very quiet van life. I like his style. And a video came through the feed and I just started watching him for whatever reason. And I was like, oh, I like his style. He will cook stuff and then he'll like take a bite. He'll be out of your ears and whacking like, I went to there. I watch this black lady. I'm like, look, I love you, but I'm not about to do this with you. Because we don't need to be
I gotta go
smacking.
watch this guy. Static
Who?
Campervan features
Yeah.
in
His
his
name is like Static
and we'll take
Man.
a bite at the end. He's one of okay. I'll have to watch him.
He
Static.
real laid back. He's a
Oh,
chill van
nomadic
fella.
introvert. Yeah, she cooks too.
Yeah, she does. She eats too.
Okay.
But she don't smack. I don't stick around. I'm not gonna watch somebody eat. I'm just not. But I don't stick. She'll put it under her mouth, you know, and I could deal with that. I like her vibe, you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
miss me
Didn't
on
she just get a Subaru?
who?
Isn't she the one that put her van in the shop, in storage and got a Subaru to travel
She's
in?
camping in it, and she's been camping in it or something. I even watch what
Hmm.
I do with her videos. Like I'll catch some, and then I just binge. Like I'll be like, and I think because not think I have another channel. Like I moved in like the true crime, so I don't be on this side of like I call us travelers. This is my traveler side. Yes, LXN. You changed the end of your name. I like that. Sexy Yellow X. Whatever it say. I can't even pronounce it. LXNCFKA Sexy Yellow X. Yeah,
That's
she
a
got a
long name.
I know it is. It wasn't that. It used to be
Very
L.
unique, but that's a long name.
It
I
is
guess my
very
name is
unique.
kind of long too. That
I
do
want to know what the initials are, the acronyms. FKA. She is about to go to Arctic Circle. Where is Arctic Circle?
that sounds cold.
It is. That's like
Up in Alaska.
people drive to Alaska. That's another thing I wouldn't do. I wouldn't
Yeah,
drive.
I want to do it. I
You
want to
would
do
do
it.
it. See, you
I
got to
want
do.
to do it.
The
Yeah, see,
reason why
I'm all about doing what I'm afraid of.
My
to a
problem is I
point,
want to do everything, whether I'm afraid of it or not.
Yeah.
you want to
I
live.
want to experience as much that I can while I can,
Right.
Yes.
through
Oh,
the fear.
Like
I
Stephanie
think
Perry.
I learned more doing things through the fear. I mean, because going out by yourself and just traveling,
Mm-hmm.
that was fearful enough.
Yep.
it still
How
is.
in
It
the
can be
world am I gonna
scary.
make income on the road? How am I gonna be driving cross country?
Yes. I be telling
Not knowing where I'm gonna stay.
It
it's the
still is
adventure.
fearful.
It's
I
the
agree with
adventure
you.
of it all. Like
Yeah.
you said, whether you're scared of it or not. But especially if I feel like when I'm scared of something and I face the fear and I do it anyway, I come out on the other side with mad confidence. I mean, I already got
You have
Mhm.
had confidence. I
right,
agree.
but I feel like what's the superhero who was collecting stones? Uh,
Who?
in the
Because
super.
I don't know no superhero collecting those
Oh
stones.
man, the bad guy. He was collecting stones.
Who?
Like a Captain America.
She said
Oh,
she got. Why you got a fear of retiring? You must have what they call something you really enjoy. She said she has a fear of
You know,
retirement.
I learned that I need to replace the word retiring with something else that resonates with me, because
Mm-hmm.
I kind of feel like retiring, if you really think about the etymology of it,
And
yes, on the other
mm-hmm.
side of fear, you never know.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing how you
Mm-hmm.
feel once you come through it.
That's
Um,
why I don't think like okay, so I don't think like I said with what I do, I don't think I ever retire. But I'll work on my own terms like I do now. If I'm
mhm.
here, it depends on like I know I got a lot of summer. I know I'm getting a box truck today, and I'll tell you
We talked
we
about
gotta go back
we
to the
talked
group
about
chat. We gotta go back to the group chat, y'all. Yes, it
but
feels so
yeah,
good on the other side of fear. It does, but I think do y'all think on the other side of fear, like Alaska is just cold. It gets dark early. So that
yeah,
other
It
side of
also
fear,
depends on what time of year you go, because
yeah, that
I
is
think
true.
if you go at the right time of the year, it seems like it's mild. It's not going to get hot, but it does get mild.
Okay.
So you have to know what time of the year is. From what I'm seeing, from what I've been watching and studying, you got to
Mm-hmm.
know the right time of year, which I don't know what that time of year yet
But we
is. So
gotta
don't
know
ask
is
me
what
that
you're saying.
question.
Okay, okay, that makes
yeah,
sense.
yeah.
You said she liked what you're saying, Fia. The other side of
Oh, thank you, Ellie.
somebody said size does matter. Poker King.
Um, I
Size
do.
matters. What kind
Next,
of vehicle do you have, Poker King? No, I know. I'm team boycott winter. Like I am
but
team.
I like camping in the winter. Like that's the most, like when you're afraid to walk through the woods,
Mhm.
I am least afraid to walk through the woods when it's cold, because I know everything is hibernating.
See, you talking about bugs? She go
That
out.
is kind
Oh,
of true.
I'm talking about snakes. I'm talking about
He said
anything.
he, or I would say he. I always say these names. I ride the red limo. Lol. What's the red limo? I'm scared to ask. What's the red limo? Oh, I'm scared to ask. So for me though, like when you saying having a larger vehicle, I think that's a con of having a mini camper van because in the larger vehicle, yes, you can stay in there all day, right? And the smaller vehicle is cold. Part of having a smaller vehicle is you want to get out and see things and do
Right.
things, even if it's a park where you spread your or even like a tent or a gazebo. What's the other thing? The gazebo where you can sit under there and just
Hmm.
enjoy yourself. Because when you're in a van,
Yeah.
oh, the San Diego trolley. I'm just back from San Diego.
Oh, I want to go to San Diego. That's what I want to do.
I
Because
love San
Frankie went
Diego.
there, and I love any place that has mountains and water.
It's so beautiful. San Diego is hands down my most.
Hmm.
If I could pick one place to move tomorrow,
Yeah,
hands down, it would be San Diego.
yeah.
I told Dr. G, I was like, you've been keeping that from us. I didn't know in California, like you're saying, Amarillo is cooler. San Diego, because I remember Stephanie Perry being in Palm Springs, and she was like, Frankie, how are you in the van? It's so hot. I'm like, I'm in San Diego. It's 70-degree weather. Like it was just so.
Every day.
Oh, it was so beautiful. I love
Thank you,
San
Mister.
Diego.
Thank you, Mister 619 Poker
I'm
King.
a he. Oh, you he him. Okay, he him. The San Diego trolley. San Diego is beautiful. It's expensive, but it's absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning. I just would move there. You can't afford it. You can't afford it. It
Well, it's
just
super expensive down
yeah.
there. I had
Ellie,
to get out as quickly
Ellie,
as I could.
Ellie XNC. What are you in? Are you in a minivan or?
I She asked her if she'd admitted. I don't know. I don't know if she's in a van, but I know somebody
You
Dominique
still
that had a
van
wood
life?
stove. She might be. I don't know. Some people be like part time, or they'll do like Danette or what they do DG. Y'all go check out some of her stuff where they'll do it kind of like even like you, Fia. You're not. I don't know what would you
Yeah,
consider
I be
yourself.
trying to explain it to people, but it's complicated.
It is complicated. Like you be like it's man. It's like
I live in an RV. I travel in an RV. I
yes,
drive an RV every day as my everyday driver.
that's your
Um,
house,
and it's I live in a fifth wheel that doesn't move as often, right? We move around,
but
um,
not as often.
but not as often as I move
Okay.
when I'm doing a road trip in my Class B. So it's like they're like, "What? You're part time? You're full time? What are you?" I'm like, "I'm both,
Oh, exactly.
all of it."
Elle says she's not in a I'm not that life yet. She said fear. It is the first time I spent the night in a vehicle. I was like, I had practiced like Bob Wells said, like go to sleep or try to make yourself go to sleep before I actually live there. I got special needs to live with my mom. The rent
Yeah,
is
I
not
get it.
bad. And a mobile home, senior park. Hey, that's cool. Long as you get to get outside.
But Ellie, if you take it, I don't know what you're driving right now, but if you just take your vehicle and
Mm-hmm.
you decide that you're going to sleep overnight at a truck stop for one night, maybe even half a night, right? And just camp out there, you'd be amazed um, what you can accomplish. Like you'll feel empowered to do more.
Yeah.
So she was saying it's fear for her.
No. It
And a lot
is.
of
I
people, and
mean,
you know what? A lot of people have that same mind. I mean, they're not ready yet, and it's okay. But it's baby steps. Baby
And
steps.
you know what? Whenever
RV.
I started out sleeping in the parking lot of my apartment complex, well, my son's apartment complex.
Okay.
There you go. Right
And
side. Yeah.
if I felt like I wasn't comfortable or something was going wrong, or if I didn't bring the right stuff, just unlock the door and go back upstairs.
That's right. That's
That's
right.
all.
That's smart. That's smart.
Because
That's
I know the first night that I stayed in my car, I was in the parking lot, and I didn't have the right equipment, and I kept having to go back up and downstairs. So I said, you know what, I'm just gonna go upstairs, sleep,
it's
and I'll try
still
this
there.
again in a couple of days. And
Mhm.
that's all.
Okay. I need to try
I
that
didn't
out.
even, basically, I didn't even leave.
Mhm.
Oh,
But it was just easier that way.
yeah.
So then a couple nights later, I did it again. Okay, I got this.
Okay.
Felt
Okay.
better about the setup, about the situation. That way, it gives you time to change your setup and see what it is that you need, what you don't need. Just say, I'm not gonna go in the house. I'm gonna stay out in the car, and I'm gonna try and have my evening in the
Sure.
car. That's it.
I like that better because as
Just a little
a
ride.
first time baby step, staying at your own place, but in your car is like
Right.
you can't get any better
Yeah,
than
where
that.
you can get
You
go inside
can't.
the
I mean,
place.
and if you get uncomfortable, you just go inside and say, I'll try it again in a couple of days. I
And
stayed out for 2 hours this time. I'll stay out for three next time. That's
right,
all.
right. Dominique
You
said
say
she slept in her garage. That's the same
same
idea.
concept. Yeah, you can
Stay
go in
in
if you want
your own
to.
place, but in your car
Mm-hmm.
and see if you can take it. See how long you can take staying in your car, sleeping
And
in.
L says, I want an RV. Still looking. I'm in the brick and say, so, can you drive an RV? See, I would be scared. I feel like here.
Driving RV is I'm gonna tell you what's scary.
Hold
In
on,
terms
y'all. Y'all
of
keep
RV?
talking. I gotta wait a minute. One second.
Driving a class B, or I'm sorry, driving a class A is scary because it's
A class
so
A.
big and making those turns with a long, big, bulky. It feels like a bus. But a class B, oh, I the first time I got in my class B, I just knew it was perfect for me. It's high up, but it feels just like an SUV. It's not it's you see way more than other people because you're taller than them, but it feels like an SUV. It feels like a tall SUV. And once I felt it, I was just like, okay, this is it. This is it. I Because I've always thought conversion vans are not conversion con what it cargo tall cargo vans. I thought they were hard to drive when I would see them on the road, and they're not. And it's just a matter of the fact that I went to test drive one, and I was like, oh, this ain't nothing. I can do this anyway. But yeah. Thank you, what it do, GG, for sharing that. Staying at your own place is like the best baby step you could take in terms
Hmm.
of like just getting over that fear. And you're like, well, if I can stay at my own place, surely I can stay down the street at,
Hmm.
say, maybe not Walmart, but what's another good place? Uh,
Hotel.
a hotel.
Hotel
Yeah,
parking lots are
park.
actually pretty good places.
Yes, good point. You can park right at a hotel. Look up the ratings, make sure it's a good neighborhood, and just park there for the night. Put your window coverings up and be like, "We camping out at the hotel tonight." You'd be
I'll tell
amazed.
you another trick I used to do.
Oh, go
I
ahead.
used to look on Zillow
Uh huh.
for neighborhoods. And basically, then depending on like the pricing of the neighborhood, like you don't want to be too in a too expensive area because they're gonna call on you, but you don't want to be like in a dirt cheap area because it might be dangerous. So
True.
you get right in that median area, and then you
Yeah.
find the closest hotel to that. Then
There
you
you
know
go.
you should be pretty safe.
But
What
how do you
is it?
tell?
Oh,
How do you tell which is the good neighborhood? I mean, how you figuring
So
that
you
out?
kind of want to average out how the pricing of the houses are being
Oh,
sold.
gotcha.
So
Oh,
you don't want to be like in a $1 million
no.
house neighborhood looking
Yeah.
for a hotel.
Yeah, Zillow
But
is
you also don't want to be somewhere where they're only selling houses for like $50,000 either. You know,
right.
that $100,000, $200,000 range. That's kind of where you want to be. That's kind of where I would stay.
Okay, I've never used that trick. Thank you. So y'all hear that?
What is
Basically,
it?
if you open up the Zillow app or you go
Mm-hmm.
to Zillow.com,
Mm-hmm.
when you're planning out where you're gonna sleep for the night, you can look at Zillow, like what did DG said, and you can pick the neighborhood based on the cost of the houses. That's a
So you
cool
mean to
idea.
camp out as far as your vehicle? Are we
Right.
talking
Yeah,
about?
if you're looking for
Oh,
a happy medium between neighborhoods.
yeah, because some neighborhoods you be like, you ain't got, they ain't gonna let you stay there. They be like, don't even park here. Don't even.
Exactly.
You
So
be
you
like,
kind of
hey,
you kind of can be able to watch out for yourself that way.
I'm gonna look up what kind of vehicle you want. Fleetwood Jamboree.
Dominique says if she changes vehicles, it'll be a Class B or truck camper. I thought about the truck camper too.
I thought about that too, but I can't.
Yeah,
I don't know if I can afford trying to get a truck and the camper.
right.
Oh,
Well, I have a
well,
fifth
I would
wheel.
want mine connected, but then look at this Fleetwood Jamboree. If I could get a small RV, or I would like an RV how Fia's RV looks because it looks like a van slash RV, so it wouldn't just stand out as if you parked in front of somebody's house and you like these are cute, but you would have to always be on land, L. Like you would have to, or you could live at a park, not a
Oh, is
park,
that
but
a pulley? Is that a pulley?
you see, can you see her thing? I mean, I looked
Oh,
the
it's
Fleetwood
a
Jamboree.
looks like a Class C.
Is
Yeah,
that a Class
if you
C?
want to get into the market, Class C is the cheapest. It's the easiest way to get in. Now, I will say my van, I
Mm-hmm.
love my van because it like Frankie said, it looks like a regular, it looks like a van, but it looks like it might be a unless you know what an RV looks like, my van doesn't look like an RV when you see me. And so when I go to the gas station, to this day, I've had my Class B for 5 years, and
He was
I
like, "What are
still
you?"
get questions. 4 years, I still get questions about what is it like. Is that a
Mm-hmm.
party van? And they'll ask me. They'll say, "Is that a party van? Is that a RV, or is that a?" They won't say RV. They'll say, "Is that a party van, or is that like a passenger van?" But
Oh,
they
vacation
they
bathroom
don't
in
know
the
it's
back.
an RV.
You
So
wouldn't know yours was an RV, and we went to some park in Georgia, and Thea, it was 8 of us in her van. We all had seats too. Ain't that crazy? Like we remember we went to the park, some kind of like campground, and you drove, and we all had seats in Thea van. It was like 8 of us, or we was like, and Thea was driving us around a
that
camper
was
van.
fun. That was
Yeah,
fun.
and I've been thinking about like another thing I like too is the small school buses, but then I don't like all those windows because I don't want people just. I mean, you can't break
You
the
know what?
windows.
My windows are not windows.
What do you mean?
Half of my windows are not windows. Like the bathroom
Uh huh.
doesn't have a window in it, but that glass on the outside, it's
Yeah.
just glass. There's no
Oh, it's just
window
like an
there.
illusion. Okay, I didn't know. I didn't realize
It looks
that.
like a window, but it ain't a window. Yeah, my kitchen is
Yeah.
the same thing.
A camper van. I think a lot of people, they first vehicle, they change vehicles too. So that's one of the things too. To kind of, if you can rent it, y'all know y'all can rent like vans for like Sleep 8 or whatever like that. A
Yeah.
company I ran in San Diego, the company was extremely rude. I was asking them questions. I filmed the thing, and they were just like, it's like it was. Well, I'm gonna say it because they were a German company, but they just were so rude, and I was just like, no, thank you. I only want to talk about your car, but they do have that you can rent vans to kind of give it a tester, or
Yeah.
like even Danette said, they got even car beds now. Like if you want to just get in, in fact, I think people should have a readiness vehicle. Like what's going on with every time lights floods this
Yeah.
world. I would
Yeah.
have a vehicle where I could, you pack a first aid bag or a ready
Mhm.
bag. Your van should be. You should have a vehicle where you could just go. Keep a ready bag and a ready. You ain't we
You're
can't hear
muted.
you.
You're muted, DG.
I forgot I muted it. No, so the bed that I use for my car is Japanese futons, super super comfortable, and then
Is
I
that
have a
a bed or
camping
is that
pad
that
that's
thing?
on the bottom, huh?
What is the Japanese? What is that?
So basically, it's just like I it's a cushion. So it's
Okay.
got the memory foam and then there's some other stuff. They make it like that. I have a twin size one that fits in my car just perfect. and then under it I have a camping pad just to make the floor a little bit softer. But
Does
it's
it
very,
work?
very compact. They're designed to fold up so it doesn't take up space.
Oh,
Nice.
Because
my,
in their culture, what they do is they sleep on these every single day, and you can watch many, many videos of people
I'm
actually
finna Google what you
converting
just said. What's
to
it called?
Japanese futon. So
Yep.
what they do is they take it at the at the end of the night or the beginning of the morning, they put it up or they put it down. That way you have all that extra space rather than a stagnant bed taking up space. And that way you're not losing a room for something else that you want.
My cousin just bought. I always say that, but I'm gonna make a video. Oh, I see the Japanese. Oh, you
Hmm.
got a twin.
I got a twin size. Yeah.
I like that, and I can put that in my van. I know I can't see, but I like
And it
that.
works perfect. It's so comfortable. I like sleeping on that bed and I like sleeping in a bed.
She bought me not my cousin because they go to these bidding websites, so they always buying. That's why I'm always like they bought me something. I got camping toilets. I got like an actual camping toilet that flush. But anyway, I have this mattress thing. It's not a Japanese bed, but it does something. And I didn't take it out the bag because I'm like, you need to film it. Like I was just gonna take it out and see, but I'm gonna film myself seeing if it fits in the bed. You know what I mean? In the van. That'll be a video that I
I
can
think I
make.
need one of those Japanese futons. Is that on did you buy yours on Amazon?
I did. I
I
think
see
at
one
the time I
called.
bought it for like under $100,
Oh, that's nice.
and I've
I
had it
see
for about
one.
3 years now.
I think didn't Anthony have one of those? Y'all know who Anthony is?
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. I'm not sure. I think he did have one.
A long time ago, but he had one that fit his whole back. I would want one like you said. I see these twin size ones.
But the fact that it
Yeah,
folds up, I love that.
I know.
yeah. It still gave me room to be able to fold it up and have, you know, so that during the day when I'm driving, if I were to get stopped, because my thing was if I were to get stopped, I
Hmm.
don't want, for any cops to be like, "Are you sleeping in your car?" No, I'm just gonna go camping. That's all.
Yeah.
Well, they know. I just had my car to shop. I just got my brakes and rotors done. The man just looked back like, I
Is
was
it
like, yeah.
hard? Is it hard? Is there a hard surface underneath the food?
So on the floor
Vehicle.
of the vehicle, yes. But what I did, like I said, that's why I put the blow up camper pad under there so that it kind of softens it up just enough. It still ends up making a firm mattress for me,
Hmm.
but
Okay.
it's soft enough to where it's comfortable to sleep on, whether I'm on my back or on my side or whatever.
Have y'all seen those car beds? I haven't seen it, but they have them. They sell them on Amazon, like an ironing board. It reminds me like an ironing board. Oh, you said yes, yeah. It
Hard
reminds me
bed.
like an ironing board. Like who gonna sleep on that? Like in your car? Yeah, that is true about back to the first aid. Like have a van ready to go. People laugh at that, but just think if you get out of town. Like remember where you going? New Orleans. They flooded. People had to get out of town. They couldn't stay. They had to stay in gymnasiums. Some people were able to get hotels. But what if you can't? You know what I'm saying? People don't look at it like that. Like, oh, I'll just give me a hotel. But what if you in a disaster area for a month and you're paying a month worth of expenses that you didn't have, and so to me it's just always even keeping your van packed and ready to go. When I get my box truck, depending on if I don't need extra to get it built out,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna keep my minivan just like you feel, because if I am have it parked on some land like it's permanent place, I'm gonna want to drive still. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna want to
Right.
drive. So a
So the
few times they could use his chair. Remember my bed? I had the coldest van bed out. I had the cold. I had to throw it away. I threw it away in San Diego. The springs just got to my back. I wore that out. My fat ass. I wore that bed out. It ain't had no more springs left. It wasn't nothing left in that bed. Like
Yeah, see, that's the good thing about
that. It's so pretty outside where you at.
I know.
You frozen
It looks
though.
like Florida. That's how
Yeah.
it is outside.
You frozen. It's so pretty. You glowing out that mug, honey. It's so pretty out there. I like your wrap too. I told her I'm growing locks, y'all. They baby
I love
locks.
my raps.
You
Yeah, I do
should.
too. I
It's
do
the best.
too.
It's the best. It's one of the least. I don't know. The
Free
least maintenance.
hairstyles.
Yeah, carefree hairstyle,
I
and
love them.
it's natural.
I love it. I've been loving
I
y'all
yeah,
hair
I love
forever.
it.
She's making those drinks. I know bartending is fun though, but because I just like sometimes with clients, like even just like they nitpick, and then when you write, you want to sell your own stuff, so you don't want it. When you write, it's like I use the example of you running a daycare center, and then when you close your center, your kids want you to keep their kids. It's like you write for yourself, like you trying to sell your projects, but then you're writing because you need money, and it drives you crazy. So the bartender thing, yeah, I don't think that's some people. I ain't never really shared it, but I am a bartender. I'm not licensed, but I am.
You don't have to be licensed.
I know, right? Because my friend, I'm telling you,
Really, there's not really licensing for bartending, so you can get like different states. Like here, I have a tip certification, which says basically that I know, and I can recognize when somebody's had too much and to stop serving them.
Yeah, like that kind of. I know you got locked, Dominique. I know there are certifications for each state. Like in Ohio, they don't even bother you. But I know, like in Vegas, Los Angeles, you got to have those certifications to even.
Yeah, over there, like there's something called a sheriff's card or something. So I would probably never really work over there. But in most places, you can go and kind of just pick up and start doing it.
I know. With my friend, that's how I first started. I had a friend, they owned a bar. Her family owned a bar. And she was like, you could just make drinks. And, in the kind of bars, they like Blue MF. It's kind of like these names that people made up. It wasn't like traditional drinks. So you really learn how to just make up stuff. Like, okay, this and this and this.
Yeah.
She has locks. You got to have locks in this lifestyle. Like, Dominique got locks. Everybody.
Listen, it just makes things a lot simpler.
Yes.
It does.
DG, I still pay somebody to retighten my locks. Are you doing your own, or
who are you talking to, DG or Dominique?
Oh, she left. She walked away. I asked her when she gets back, because I still
Dominique has locks as well.
Okay, Dominique, do you do your own locks? Because I still pay to have mine done, and it's like $300, but it's like every 3 months. Like
I've been in to your point, Fia, I've been in beauty colleges because that's where I go when I'm on the road to just get my own hair washed. They retwist. You call it they retwist.
See, I don't retwist though.
She do her own.
Yeah, that's what I see. Are you doing the interlock? Because my new growth is interlocked, but it's I go to have somebody interlock it for me. Like they take the new growth and just tighten it.
They do the new growth. I don't know if they do interlocks, but people here look. I see a lot of guys in the beauty colleges. They do their hair. You know how they go in and your locks are kind of.
I'm gonna make a note to do
kind of messy.
Now the only thing is my beautician is really good. She gets me in and out in like 2.5 hours.
Well, you would be quite disappointed.
I have 400 locks on my head.
400. How many do you have? Have you counted yours, DG? Have you counted?
I think I counted a long time ago. I think we got up to like 200 and something, maybe.
Okay. Yeah, yours are thicker. Do you do your own?
Yeah, I do my own. I take care of my own.
But you're twisting and retwisting and retwisting.
Right.
And retwisting. You don't.
No, I do the retwist method, but I only do it like maybe every 3 to 6 months or so. I don't do it very often.
What do you use how do you keep them twisted for 3 months?
So, they don't. So usually what I'll do is basically I'll retwist it just to kind of groom them and make sure that they're not connecting or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then I'll leave that for about 2 weeks, and then I might do a light retwist after that. But after that, I just let them. It's kind of a semi-freeform situation.
So every 2 weeks you're retwisting.
Only when I do the twist.
Okay, gotcha.
But other than that, I just kind of let it go up and do whatever it's gonna do, and then whenever I wash it, I just make sure I separate them well.
Okay, so the new growth though. Isn't the lock at some point, isn't it just hanging because you haven't tightened the new growth?
No, so give me 1 second. Let me shut this back down and then I'll show you.
Because mine are smaller and I'm always wary of being able to twist them.
Let me ask you something though. Do y'all feel heavy? Because I could get 50.
Only when I wash. When I wash my hair is really heavy.
Okay, because I'm serious. If I could do 50 or 100, I don't want no 300. I can't do that. I'm super unmotivated. I love the look of it. I love the look of y'all hair, but I ain't messing with it.
So the new growth. Okay, so
I love your hair is.
you're just
Whoa.
letting the new growth go. I get it.
I love y'all hair. Look at her hair.
So can you see?
Okay,
I need to wash it.
you're letting the new growth.
Yeah.
Just,
So all of this right here is just new growth.
and you're not afraid that the lock is gonna detach.
No, not at all.
Okay,
Because
I
it's
need
all consistent. It's all consistent throughout. Now,
to.
if it looked like it was thinning or anything like that, then that's when you need to be afraid that something's gonna
So
happen.
the thicker your locks, the longer you can go with the new growth.
Right.
I got.
Or if
I
it
have,
did detach, can't you read? I seen a guy. I'm serious on YouTube. He had his locks reattached.
Yeah,
I don't
you
know.
can
oh,
reattach them.
you can do
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah,
My
I'm saying I would have my hair reattached.
well, I was thinking if I ever cut my hair off,
Mm-hmm.
I would tell my beautician to save my
Because
locks
you could have them reattached.
in case I
Yeah.
change my mind, and
Mm-hmm.
she can put them back in, and we start the process all over. But I don't have to start all over from scratch.
I seen this guy. People were like, "Why'd you cut your locks, man?" He had his hairdresser. They laid him out. I don't know what she did, but she however she did that. Yeah, your locks are gorgeous. I agree. Dominique, your locks are gorgeous. They are pretty. Both
Thank
of y'all
you
hair.
very
I
much.
love. I love y'all hair. I know, right? Mine's short. I mean, if
I
I
don't
had
think
my
I could ever go back at this point.
I don't want. I can't. But I don't want to like. I think with locks on some people, you have to. I want to start out with a little length. You know what I mean? Because it's just like even though if I was to, well, my hair is tangled now. I guess I still could get them out. If I was to blow it out, I have a nice size afro or a decent size afro. But I think just wearing little, that don't look right on me. So that's why I don't. Whatever. But when I'm walking in the park, I have a like a hat on or a wrap, and I let the little bitty. I don't
Hmm.
even care. I'm like people don't know me, but it's just like it's kind of that thing. You
Girl,
got to get
embrace it. I used to love my little short baby locks.
if it. That was just what Phil was
I
saying.
used to love them and have fun with them. And then once
Yeah.
they can start doing little things with them.
I think once I get, I do have some color at the top of my hair. My hair is kind of brown, and I think once if I got a little bit more color at the top or something, and then I got like little pecks of gray. My cousin said I don't have no gray, but I do have gray. I have pecks of gray. It ain't through my hair. I think if I got that, like maybe the pecks of gray fixed, and then a little color at the top, I think I'll be okay with like just wearing a wrap, like not having my hair fully covered because your hair needs to breathe. So I,
Yep.
I would be okay with that. But right now, the look just ain't. It ain't. It ain't happening. And then my cousin twisted it. She put the fake like she twisted some hair on it or whatever, and it came out. And she said she would retwist it because mine needs to be retwisted, especially at the top. The back is kind of. The back look okay to me, but the front is just like, I got little pecks of gray, and then it's like brown up here and whatever. But I'm totally loving the look. It's natural, it's outdoor. I mean, I love it. I love it.
Oh, Dominique was saying you can put in extension locks, cut them
I
off.
can't wait till mine.
They told me $1,000,
Uh-huh.
Dominique. I went to Atlanta, and they were like 1,000. I walked out like,
You know what I think is so cute though?
what?
The butterfly twists or the butterfly locks. The butterfly,
What's
they are so
what's
cute. Let me see if I can find a picture.
With your own hair?
No, just
uh
they're extensions.
I think I had some butterfly. Mine don't never
oh
do that.
Butterfly locks. They are so cute.
I think I've had those. Mine don't do right though. It just do
I'm
not.
gonna show a picture, Frankie.
Okay. I'm gonna Google too. Let's
are
see
those
the picture.
ones where they have like the little strands of hair out?
No, they're like thick but curly. Let me show you. I saw these and I was like, I want those. I know I don't want to cut my hair, but I want like
Oh, they
Frankie
are cute. I see.
to the stage.
But mine don't never look like this. I've seen it. You think they are? This it?
Um,
It say butterfly crochet locks.
I love it though. They are so pretty.
Mine don't never lay. My cousin said I don't take care of my hair. My hair never lays like that. It never.
I think if I were to cut my hair off,
Mm-hmm.
I think I would start over with butterfly.
Or you must be thinking about it. It's the second time you brought it up. Are you thinking about doing
Well,
something?
well, because it's been a long time, and my husband's like, if you ever wanted to cut your hair, I just want you to know I would still love you.
So would you start out with when you cut it off, would it be long or short? Or
Because
extension locks and
I'm
custom
always
off?
talking about it, and he's like, if you cut it off, I would still love you, and I'm like, I know, baby,
But
but
it's freeing. Though. I will say this: not having no heavy hair in my hair. Like I used to have braids and stuff. It's so freeing.
this is like the most carefree style I've ever had, and I can be creative with it. I can color it. I can,
I love hair color.
just it's just yeah.
It's pretty. Do you swim? Do y'all swim? Because I'm sure. I hope when we
I
all meet up and I meet up, y'all like swimming. Which I ain't really got to because I'm a swim, even though I can't swim. But I do plan on getting in water. What about y'all?
I don't know
Anybody?
how to swim. I need
I
to
don't
Uh,
know how to swim
I
either.
plan on learning how to swim sometime this
That's
summer.
a shame. None of us know how to
It sounds like
swim.
that needs to be part of our meetup.
Can you swim, Dominic? How could it be hot in these states and we can't swim?
I
We can
know, in
listen.
Florida, and water is all around me, and I need to learn how to swim.
The cousins that I've been tutoring, they want to go swimming, and I'm like, I can't say y'all. Hot springs, that's where I want to go and put my locks in a
Okay,
bun. That's where
Yes.
cool.
I've seen a lot of YouTube videos where people going to hot springs. Where she go?
I think she has to go to work, but she might have
Oh,
dropped off. She was on
oh,
her
I
way to
know.
work.
I don't never get that done. That's why I don't mess with Free on
Girl,
Fridays.
what do
I
you
know.
mean? It's
Because
2.5 hours later.
that's why I don't mess with you on Fridays because I know we supposed to do so. Just so y'all know, we supposed to do Mondays. Not supposed
No,
to.
I
That
can't.
was our
Yeah,
original day.
that was. You're right. That was our original day.
But we're being flexible. She's been flexible with me, and when she teaches, so we be flexible. So it's either gonna be Mondays or Fridays. I'm a Monday kind of girl because I haven't gotten anything done and
Well,
dealing with
Monday's
this.
like when everybody's got their mind on work. Even though I have more flexibility on Mondays, Fridays is also a slow day for me.
But Friday, I got stuff to do.
I know. We can talk about it.
Yeah, but we could do both too. And
Yeah,
Dominique, if you ever
we'll
want to
figure
come
it out.
up,
Dominique, thank you for sharing. She said
I
she
know
swims
I'll
in
be
hot
talking to
springs
her
and puts her locks
because
in a
I
bun.
like that she's like you. She's like an international traveler and also travel in a vehicle. And I like that because
Beautiful.
I think they think it's one or the other. And it's not. I've traveled plenty of places out of the country. I'm just in this phase of my life where I'm doing the US states. But if y'all, I'm serious about Mexico. We can find somebody was telling me,
I'm serious about a meetup anyway.
girl, okay, meet up
Amarillo,
definitely. Well, she said she wanted.
Arizona.
We can go to. She wanted to go. Dominique wanted to go to Arizona. I say Texas.
I love the Grand Canyon. So
Well, you
anywhere.
know what? We never went, so we might. But see, if it's August, that may be okay. But I wasn't trying to really. I needed to be here. Not needed to. I wanted to be here like November-ish until after that. But if we went as far as Texas, I still could come back. If we go as far as Arizona, I ain't coming back. That's just too
Yeah,
much too
yeah.
far to just
Well,
do it or
we
whatever.
enjoyed you too, Dominique. Thank you.
Yes, we definitely enjoy it. She's
Hey,
definitely.
Dominique, before you leave, can you let us know what countries you've been to?
And then I'm gonna give her your channel. If you ain't subscribed, I meant to give her put that
You
boondocking. Tell
said
me if I diva.
that Boondocking Diva.
Did I spelled it right? Look at it.
Yeah.
Look at it. See, is that
Um,
that's your channel? How you can put
yeah.
your link there if you know how.
Um,
Just drop your link. Let me see if I know how to put a link in here, and then will it let me put a link? And I'm gonna put Danette's channel too. I'll see.
yeah, I'd love to hear how many or which countries you went to, Dominique.
Oh, but hopefully she'll put it in the chat.
Oh, phone got too hot. Oh,
Who did?
what it
Oh,
do? DG is putting a.
why would I put in that boondocking diva?
Okay, what it do? GG is still listening. Oh,
Okay.
Sweden, Japan. A girl gone with your. Woo wee!
Thea, when I'm putting in your channel, that wait a minute, let me see.
I put it in. I put mine already. You can put.
Good. And then I'm putting the nets in there. But when I'm seeing,
So Dominique has lived in Sweden, Japan, Hong Kong, Luxembourg, Mexico, and Spain, and Republic of Moldova. I
Dang.
love that. Which one did you like the most? I heard good things about Japan. Um,
Yeah, my cousin. I did hear good things about Japan as well. I think
there's
this is
so
her.
many choices out there, but yeah, it's nice to. It's always nice to know where other people have been.
Exactly.
Enjoy your shift. What it do, Gg? You might be giving me some ideas. What it do, Gg?
She
The
does have
the
good.
bar the bar attending.
I'm telling you, I just never talked about it because it'd be too confusing to people. But I don't
Dominique
even know where y'all are at.
Dominique says her favorites are Japan, Sweden, and Spain. Okay, I've heard good things about Sweden too. And Spain as well. All places are special in different ways. Absolutely. Yep.
That's what it do DG's channel. That's how I met Dominique from Stephanie's channel, from being like a
Okay.
in the travel space of
Mhm.
uh yeah, just being in that travel space. And I just love connecting with travelers because it's safety in numbers. Plus, I just I've camped and traveled with a lot of people. I need to follow up with some people too. You know how life just get to life, and then you be like, wow.
Well, thank y'all for joining us.
Yes,
We gotta get out. Get
we
out.
sure do. I got now. It's time for me to eat again.
Yeah, me
I'm
too.
greedy. Thank y'all so
Up
much for
space.
coming.
Take up space, y'all.
Yes,
Listen
take up. I like that. That's what
to
it
the
say. Take up
song.
space. Just
Listen
not
to
on a
the song.
bike. Just not on a scooter. And not only that, come back because we're gonna do this again either Monday or Friday. Whoever wins the coin toss,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Whoever wins the coin toss, we're coming back.
Thank you, Dominique.
Thank you. Y'all take care. Bye,
Thank you. What it
DG.
do,
Bye, Jeanette.
DG?
I
And
put
thank
the
you.
next link in there, and I put
Thank
Fia.
you,
You put your link in there, right?
Yep. Yep.
Okay. Take care, friends. Bye
All
bye.
right. Bye. You want to hang on?
Oh, no, I want to say, yeah, hang on for a minute. Like and subscribe, y'all. We
Thanks,
back.
Ellie. We
We
appreciate
back.
you.
Yes, L, we definitely appreciate
Oh,
you.
I've been calling her
Always.
Ellie. It's L.
I
I'm
say
sorry.
Ellie. The reason why I say Ellie is because I have a niece L and I have a niece Ellie. And that's the
Okay.
reason why I say that. But anyway, y'all come back though. And don't forget to hit the like, thumbs up, and make
Yeah.
a
Hit that
comment in
like button before you
the
leave.
video box. Yeah, to
Hit that
that.
like button before you leave.
Yes, please. Thank you so much. Hang on for a sec, Fia.
Okay.
Uh,
Bye, y'all. Happy
Bye
weekend.
bye. Have a great weekend. Be safe and stay dangerous because that's what I tell my son. Just stay
Yes.
safe, but y'all always
Follow
gotta
your
be
bliss.
follow
Follow.
your bliss and take this trip out. Bye bye. Say on Phil. What I'm saying.
All right.
All right.